1. Hello, everybody, all of my amazing friends out there. It's a beautiful Sunday, and thank you so much again for joining us here on our Church of Attack the Talk. As we talked about it, this is our congregation here. This is our church. This is our time together on this on Sundays, and as we worship the word of Aaron Yeager, you know.
As we worship our Lord and Savior.
I am your host, AJ. Of course, joining me are my two friends and beautiful people and co-hosts, and my sister and my brother from another mother. Hello. And that would be Lexi and Zach. I'm going to ask you guys real quick.
No, we're going to ask you first.
Okay, well, I will ask you, and then you're going to ask me, and then I will let you all know how I've been in a very short second. I do want to say that, guys, we will be beginning episode 19 of season 3. This will be the basement. We're finally going to make our way to the basement.
That's a little different. Thank you.
This will be part 1 of our episode breakdown and discussion, of course, and warning to all of our friends out there who are not caught up at all in the anime. And I mean, there's been plenty of time. I mean, you guys should be caught up by now. I mean, come on. But anyways, if you guys are just joining us and you guys are using us as your source of AOT or related content, then 1, we are honored. We are just like, that's beyond an absolute privilege for us to go ahead and be your source of AOT. And if you guys are following along with us, then you guys are getting all your spoilers live with us, which is, I guess, a cool kind of idea. And again, I hope that we do all of you justice by, hell yeah. Love it. But I hope we do you guys, we do the source material justice by, again, us being your source material. And
amateur voice
we want to bring our characters to life with our voices. And I hope we do a good job. And then, yeah, either way, it's fun doing it. But yeah. Spoiler warning, of course, to all our friends out there. We have a Q&A to go ahead and talk about. We'll do the usual recap, and then we'll jump into the episode, of course. But yeah, so my friends want to know how I'm doing.
Yeah, we want to know how you're doing first.
We really do.
I'm doing really good. Doing really, really good. I'm feeling, some may say, fired up. I have the energy flowing through me right now.
It's a big
I'm excited to go ahead and continue on. You know, we're making our way finally to that basement. My boy Armin's back.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Even if he doesn't really want to be.
Yeah, I know. For some of you that don't want Armin back, too bad. He's back. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Josh says, did you guys see the My Hero Season 7 trailer?
No, I did not. But I have heard.
Truth be told, Josh, I'm pretty behind when it comes to My Hero. So there's a lot of catching up I need to do. I feel like every time I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and watch My Hero again, and all of a sudden there's a trailer for something new. And I'm like, shit. I'm just getting further and further behind.
Yeah.
You know,
at that point, just wait for it all to come out and binge it all.
There you go. That's kind of like what I was doing with One Piece, literally. But now I'm at the point where, like, I'm not close to catching up, but I'm in the threshold.
You know what?
There.
You and Wally are at similar spots, and she literally just told me, she's like, because the episode I told you about, she's like, oh, it roped me. I'm back in. That's all I want to watch now. And I was like, good, good.
I did. Yesterday, last week, I was laughing to myself because I can't remember in the context of who you were telling it to, but you were like, "I'll see you in the land of Wano" or something like that. Like I picture you as such a legit an anime character. Like
I think it was someone in chat. Someone in chat was like, I think it was SB.
Was it SB?
I think SB was like, oh yeah, I'm watching One Piece. He was like, I'll see you in the land of Wano.
I'll see you in the land of Wano.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love the energy.
I'll see you in the egg of heads.
Speaking of Egghead, yeah, I can't wait to get to there. But speaking of One Piece, I want to give a shout out to my beautiful girlfriend again. For giving me this. I got this new hoodie.
Sick sweater, bro. Sick.
Boom boom.
Oh wait, stand up a little bit. Yeah, do a good squat.
To your left. There you go.
Yeah.
You guys see it?
There you go.
You guys see
That's our boy. That's our pirate king right there. That's our Kaizoku
pirate king right there. So shout out to my beautiful girlfriend. Appreciate you so much.
Woo!
And yeah, I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing really, really good. I hope that you guys are all doing good. Josh, I hope that you're doing well. Josh, anything new with you? I know you brought up the season 7 trailer, and we're gonna have to catch that for sure. We'll have to take a look.
I'll pull it up right now.
But hold on, Josh, real quick before I even think about watching that. Are there potential spoilers for somebody who is not caught up to that point?
I'm going to watch it before so I can let you know.
But other than that, Josh, I hope that you're doing well. Josh says, just been chilling, which is awesome. Yeah. Great.
Good.
Easter's around the corner.
I know.
Crazy. For anybody that celebrates Easter. I feel like Easter is a good holiday to celebrate when you have when you're little or you have little cousins or whatever and stuff, because there's the, Easter egg hunt and stuff and all that. It's all stuff that like we're all grown
like,
now.
Catered to. Yeah.
You know, it's like that's not necessarily stuff that we go ahead and we.
I would still do an Easter egg hunt. It's just not something that we really do.
Yeah. Can you imagine how like competitive that would be if like a full-on like, Easter egg hunt with just like
grown adults?
And
I'm getting the one with the $5.
Actual cash involved. Ooh, interesting. A lot of Dobby. All right.
Oh, I do like Dobby.
Interesting. Josh says maybe new characters that you might not be familiar with. All right. But happy to hear, Josh, you've just been chilling. I want to now turn.
Josh, there are hella spoilers in here. I don't know what you were talking about.
There we go. So then I guess we'll have to wait for that trailer.
Well,
SB, what's up, SB?
What's up, SB?
How far
I was
behind?
gonna say I don't think they realize where you guys left off.
So for me, I left
there's
off
a lot
with,
in here that you guys don't know
and I don't want to
about.
say too much. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say that a couple characters from one of the prisons, a couple characters from the prison have been released, and our boy Deku's doing his own thing. Yeah, he's been
fighting
the vigilante
assassins and doing his own. He's on his own.
Yeah, he's on his own right now, and
he has emo arc.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, but SB, so glad that you're here to join us live, and SB, I'm gonna ask you the same question.
You
how are you doing, SB?
God damn, bro.
You're behind.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. Like I feel like I'm like, oh, I can catch up easy, but then all of a sudden something new comes out. Oh my god.
Yeah, a little bit of Dobby. I was like, oh yeah, just a little bit of Dobby. Yeah, no, that's not the only. That's the only thing they need to worry about. Yeah, you guys can't watch this.
All right. So to be determined on when we can go and watch that. We have some catching up to do for sure.
I'm not impressed with some of the panels I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Because I know I've seen it on Twitter before I watched it just now. There are some panels that I've seen people take a still. No, given it's a still, so of course that's different than watching it. So far, the trailer, I'm excited. I'm super excited. But there are definitely some panels where I was like, it's taking a while. I don't know. JJK came out weekly and they fucking killed it every time. And they did get the Blu-ray remastered Asukuna versus Maharaga fight, which I know that's like foreign language to you guys. But the Blu-ray one is so good. If they just gave them 3 more weeks, oh, dude, but who cares? It still looked great even without that 3 weeks that they said they wanted.
Interesting. Well, real quick, we'll get to Josh real quick, but SB says happy to be able to join, and we're so happy that you're able to join us live too. Obviously, SB is an OG. SB is one of our members of our Tag Talk Levi squad, and so whenever we have our friends live with us, it's always makes the experience that much more enjoyable. You guys know that we love you guys so much. We know that we miss whenever you guys aren't able to join us, but that's what we're here for. We love talking with you guys live. And so again, happy that you're here with us, SB, and I hope all is well with you. But Josh, to the same I
100% agree
here. Josh's Bones Animation, is that the production?
That's the studio.
Bones Animation has been very disappointing, but to be fair, the manga art is just so damn good.
The manga art is just really good.
As a weekly watcher,
really? And this for JJK or
both?
For both?
I think the art. I think honestly, I've become. So
I really like the manga art for My Hero Academia.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude.
So I mean, there's Bones Animation
right there. It's all fucking great.
Bones Animation is the same for both anime.
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
Does.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, Mappa does JJK.
But in general, I'm saying as a manga reader, as a weekly reader now, I've realized that there's something in the manga that you just can't get in the anime due to censorship. And dude, the manga is just so.
We've talked about that with AttackOnTitan too.
Oh yeah,
like how censored.
There's been certain deaths and whatever that
the gore. You don't get the same.
the gore. That's what it is.
You don't get that same gut wrenching feeling that you get
as recent as Irvin's near death experience. Right? I mean, we saw it over in the anime. We kind of saw what happened, but we don't see the extent of what damage it caused until you actually watch. You actually see the manga, and then Zach has informed us of
you see
really
the real
of
image of the creator come out, and you're like, wow, that's grim.
Or like with like the beast fighting Zeke and everything, like the sword like through the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
through his eye socket. That's crazy.
Even as early on and as crazy as when Armin sees the girl in this relationship trying to do CPR to, her boyfriend, and all it is just an upper torso.
Yeah.
But in the anime, it's kind of just shadowed.
He still has lungs.
Yeah. He can breathe.
I mean, I guess.
Josh's anime leaves a lot to the imagination, which can be better for some people. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I like getting to the nitty gritty details. It just looks so good, man.
So I want to go ahead and ask. I want to start with you, Lex. How you been? I know that at the start of this, you're still feeling the effects of
I'm still recovering over that stupid cold that I had.
Yeah.
But
bless you.
Bless you.
if you needed proof,
Yeah.
I had to sneeze. I wonder how my face looked.
There it is. Yes, we get to go ahead and watch it
Thank you
back.
for all the people that said bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard you. Thanks.
Across the world.
Yeah. But yeah, still
Global.
recovering over my cold, but it is what it is. My most exciting thing from this week was I had a little sleepover with my girls, aka my gay boy friends.
Yeah.
Which are still my girls. Those are my girls.
Slumber party.
We went hot tubbing and we watched each other play Fortnite.
Okay.
And late night in and out run. It was pretty much
Those are always
just me
fun.
and Zach the entire night.
Really?
But I had a lot of fun.
Shout out to all the Zacks of the world.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
shout out
You
to
know.
all the Zachs. You guys are all
I
great.
think we all do a pretty good job.
All the Zacks
Yeah.
are here for just a good time, you know?
Yeah.
we're
all
just
here for a
fun
good
loving
time.
people, bro.
We have our Zach right here
Yeah.
with us live. We have,
Yeah.
you know, your
Gay
Zach, gay Zach there.
Our,
you know,
our
there's,
adopted.
Fred.
you know, there's Zach,
adopted brother.
Zach Galifianakis. He seems like he's a
Yeah,
cool
he
dude,
seems
you know.
kind of cool.
We're all just-
Zachary
we're all
Levi
just
seems kind of
silly
cool
guys.
too.
He's kind of fall off a little bit.
No.
He has some interesting takes now. He thinks he's
I take it back then.
yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get into too political, but he seems like he's a
Not
little.
too early.
He seems like he's a little too political.
But the Zachs in our life are pretty cool.
Yes, Zachary
say
Levi
that.
was cool. I will say that.
He was. But yeah, that was my
We're all right.
exciting moment of the week.
Very cool.
Was a cute slumber
But
party.
the thing is, those are some stuff that you kind of need every so often, you know, just to kind of have that moment of just like, release and relax.
I
and
really
just-
do like to get out.
Yeah.
But I also love to recharge.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a
put 'em
car.
together.
So I've kind of been stuck at home a little bit. Just me and Blue hanging out. And it's really nice to get out and see my friends and everything. And like, they're all really chill and we're fine just sitting in silence if we have to recharge. So
Yeah.
we all understand each other very well. We feel like a little family there. We're our own little gay community family. And it's
Don't
really
mean
nice.
to put you on the spot here, Lex, but why don't your friends join us live in chat?
That's a great question. Because they don't really
Why
know
don't-
Attack on Titan. I know that.
Why don't any of our friends join us live?
Zach doesn't watch Attack on Titan. Pretty doesn't watch Attack on Titan. RJ, I don't think
Do they
watches
watch
Attack
anime?
on Titan.
Are they not really into it?
They should watch One Piece.
But Jeremiah does. But Jeremiah is always doing something.
Josh's like, why do we even give them a choice?
I know. Because I think it'd be cool to have Jeremiah on. He knows a lot about Attack on Titan. But he's... The best way I could describe Jeremiah is that he is the real friends make others watch AOT. Well,
Piece.
yeah, but the best way I could describe Jeremiah is that he is that anime character that's always doing side quests.
Interesting.
Side quest Sally.
Always doing side quests.
Okay.
He's always doing like he just got back from that big rave that's going on right now, Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just got back from that.
Interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Raves have always kind of like in my mind, have always been like a little bit of a nightmare to me.
Yeah, he FaceTimed me and Luca last night and was like, it was so much fun.
Like,
da-da-da-da. And then like he was like, oh my God, you guys have to come. Like, it's gonna happen. You have to go.
Shout out to Zebra Cakes.
Giants T
Yeah.
On Titan Invasion one.
Yeah, watching it against my will. See?
I wonder who's responsible for that.
I know. Wow, that's crazy.
Better be a square now, brother.
But yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, you have to come to a rave. Da-da-da-da. And Luca was like, okay, maybe in the future, you know, I would be down. Let's see. And then hung up and Luca was like, so rave. And I was like, no. I don't think I can do that. I think I would have a panic attack. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah,
but you have
raves-
fun.
I think I would
I'll
just
stay
be
back.
too overly stimulated and
Yeah.
and
I
yeah.
do love rave music though. It's
I don't drink. I don't partake in any of the
because there's a lot of hard drugs
Things
going on
there.
there too, and I would be too paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm shy.
I feel like Zach would make the best of the.
I would just have a nice.
I feel like all the Zachs of the world would make the best of it.
Oh
Just have a
yeah,
great time.
I agree.
You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm right there with you, Josh. He says too relaxed and mellow for a drugged out rave party with
Yeah.
flashing lights and lasers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather do like
I'd rather just do a nice.
Because the concerts we go to are pretty chill.
I'd like to do just a nice little, karaoke night.
I know.
We'll have our little disco
Let's
lights
just go
going
to
right
the
now.
jacuzzi and then just like, I don't know, play video games.
If I had to go to one, as long as it's got like J. Cole or like Kendrick. Oh my God, oh my God.
But not as big as like Rolling Loud. You think you would go to Rolling Loud?
Maybe. If I feel like I'm in the right group.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to
because I feel like you need to have a group.
Yeah, you can't go one-on-one. That's like
you need
get
to
lost.
You need to have a group of people. Yeah, because Jeremiah was telling me, he was like, yeah, I got lost and I eventually found them at like 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh.
That's an adventure. Yeah, see, Josh knows. Victory hot take. Okay, look, I'm a Cole boy. I'm a J. Cole guy. I love J. Cole. And I don't know, man. Hey, all I gotta say is this. The song was sick as fuck. Kendrick can feel however he wants to feel. Cole's community is peace, love, positivity. Drake's community is Drake's community. They're all dogs. I'm not going to be a part of that pet cemetery. That's for damn sure. I just can't wait to see what Cole and Drake come up with next. So if you guys haven't heard, Metro Boomin released an album with Future? Oh, jeez. I think it was Future. Metro Boomin dropped an album with someone. And Kendrick Lamar was on one of the songs. And he dissed the fuck out of J. Cole and Drake.
Really?
Yeah.
Kendrick did?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar did.
I do personally think that Kendrick Lamar is one of the best in the game.
For me, him and Cole are in the top two for sure.
More than Drake?
Oh yeah.
But Drake's more.
Drake is more popular, but I think if we're going off of like skill and talent,
I don't want to say talent because Drake's pretty damn talented.
Yeah,
but I think in terms of like
Drake's for the people.
How much
Drake's for Drake,
but like more so
Drake's for the dogs.
The art, right? Like whatever, because what is that genre is gonna? It's just gonna be considered rap, right?
Yeah.
So in terms
Rap,
of like
hip-hop,
specifically
R&B.
the art of being a rapper, Kendrick's better, right?
I do think that Kendrick I like that he like has messages with his music. Like a lot of his songs that I'm just thinking about, like they are like lyrically beautiful. Cause like, yeah, I really like 21 Savage. I don't think he's lyrically great, but I think he's very vibey.
Bumping, bro.
He's more like poetic rap. Like it's just kind of like groovy.
Josh says one. What we were talking about earlier. Josh said Kendrick must have put him in a group chat and was like, "Guys, I have an idea. I'm bored."
That's true. Publicity.
But then to our topic, what we're talking about now in terms of like being better. Josh says Kendrick could make a Drake album, but Drake could never make a To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Perfectly said.
Kendrick could do what Drake does, but Drake can't do what Kendrick does.
No, I would argue that neither Kendrick can do what Cole does and Cole can't do what Kendrick does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Kendrick is an amazing lyricist, but his main talent is more his flow and his vision for music as a whole. And I feel like Cole is without a doubt a lyricist. Mm-hmm. His freestyling is fucking insane. He has a sick flow. He doesn't need to use it for all of his messages. For him, it's more of, instead of the art of it, it's more of the message. I feel, at least that's my interpretation of it. Mm-hmm. For Cole, and Cole's just one of the best lyricists that I've ever heard. I love his music. It touches my soul. Mm-hmm. And like, you're right. Josh is 100% right. It could just be a big old publicity stunt. And we could finally get our Kendrick and Cole album and they could just do a whole 180 on us and be smarter than all of us. But you never know. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. I know Drake beat the allegations for the X stuff, but you never know who could be in with who, if Kendrick was in with X or all that. And you never know what's going on behind the scenes in the real life. These guys are huge people. I'm sure there's stuff that the public doesn't know. So either way, sick song, sick diss. Cats on Mars.
Cats on Mars. No, but no one could beat the Cats on Mars, though.
No one could beat Cats on Mars. Yeah, no, oh, dude, when I heard that beat, I heard there was because they played it at a concert first.
Somebody sampled this and they're like,
I would gladly. I would gladly.
Josh says,
I mean, there's a lot of sampling going on. Like Don Toliver just sampled Tame Impala, and
but has somebody sampled anything anime related?
Ice Spice and Megan Thee Stallion mention a lot of anime characters in their stuff. Actually, Megan Thee Stallion went to Japan and she's really into it. She presented
an award.
She presented a JJK's award. And she dressed up as a JoJo Bizarre Adventure character. Cool. And she's been in Japan and literally just like cosplaying as all these people. She cosplayed as Gojo. And she's just that's someone who I actually think is a great lyricist. I think she's a great rapper. And people don't really take her seriously because people don't really take women seriously, and also because she's hot.
Zebra cakes.
Yeah, our girl looked so good in Japan. She really did. She looked she was having the time of her life. She looked so happy. She was hanging out with like Baby Metal and like, or maybe not Baby Metal, but she was hanging out with like J-pop artists and stuff, and she was having the absolute time of her life. I would not be surprised if she just moved out there. But yeah, she's not really taken, I feel like, as seriously because like she's hot, and I will say a lot of her music is just about how she likes having sex. But if you've seen some of her freestyles and stuff,
unapologetically herself.
She's really good. She's
intelligent.
Megan.
She's a highly intelligent person.
Yeah,
and it shows.
She has her degree. She knows what she wants, and she's smart. She's also like 5'10".
Yeah, she understands the value of verbiage too, which like is a huge thing. Like just the use of grammar is insane.
She's real.
Yeah.
And if you've seen her freestyles, it's really good. She's great. I love her.
Awesome. Real quick, Zach, do you want to read Josh's kind of takeover on the whole Drake and Cole and Kendrick thing?
Josh said, personally for me, I listen to Drake more only because his old stuff is nostalgic, but I think Cole and Kendrick are just as good, if not better than Drake. Dude, I totally agree. Look, Drake, I grew up on Drake. Like when I was listening, like transitioning into middle school, like I listened to a lot of Drake, 100%. High school, I fell out of Drake. And recently, like with the last 2-3 albums, I'm like kind of getting back into it. There's a lot of stuff in there that I like. It's good music. I enjoy it. And like a lot of it does like kind of hit home. But for me, I always grew up on J. Cole. I grew up with Kendrick. They're just amazing lyricists. And I don't know. I feel like I don't really give a shit what goes on in their life. As long as they make good music, I'm happy. Like, I don't care. As long as I get something cool to listen to, pop my head to.
Good music, and as long as they're good people, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, all three of them are super talented. Of course, you know, they're the names when you think of, at least in terms of like, even like you mentioned, kind of growing up and stuff, you know, listening to, you know, just different stuff. Like, those are names that are instantly going to come to your mind, and credit to them, you know? So yeah, so shout out to all the talented people out there.
Yeah.
And also too, we're talking about the awards. Josh says that Hiroyuki Sawano and his apprentice was there, and they opened for the awards there, which is pretty damn awesome.
The anime awards, yeah.
And now at this time, we want to go ahead and welcome, of course, our favorite Jaegerist. That is Jacob. What is up, Jacob?
What's good, buddy?
What's up, buddy? Welcome, and we're glad that you're here with us live. And hope you're doing well, my friend. And yeah, so we're just talking music. We were talking about the new trailer for My Hero Academia season 7. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Insane.
Season
7. And I know that Josh was on the My Hero train.
5.
But I think Josh said he was watching Vinland Saga recently. I know SB said that she was watching some One Piece. Kind of curious to see where you're at there, SB. If you are continuing to stick through it.
We talked about what we're binging.
Zebra Cakes is in a basement watching AttackOnTitan.
I wonder who
I have a new answer for what I'm
will.
binging, and I'm absolutely locked in.
Interesting. So yeah, Jacob, Dobby said, okay, interesting. So yeah, very cool.
Dobby is
But
no spoilers, Jacob.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so glad you're with us, Jacob. And Lex, you said you have a new answer for what you've been binging?
Yeah, and I'm absolutely locked into it.
Uh-oh.
I'm so passionate about it.
What is
on
it?
the show as well.
Legend of Korra.
Oh, really?
So good, huh?
I'm so locked in, but it's so much more, not so much more, but in themes, it is still a kids show. The pacing is still very kids show, but the themes are a little more teenage. And the whole time I was so locked in, I was like, Korra, you whore! Like the whole time, I was just so locked in.
Get
and
down
I was like
dirty.
screaming at the television because, I don't know. And then I would sit back and Luke would be like, oh, so you're not into it? And be like, no.
I'm highly invested in it. There's a difference.
I'm very
Josh
invested.
says Korra 4-Day Skin coming on Tuesday.
It is. Oh, it's Tuesday. Ooh.
SB says, I'm only on the
I
first
brought
season.
you up earlier, SB. I'll
Give me
see you
3
in the
years.
land of
3
Wano.
years.
Give me 3 years and I'll see you in Wano.
And then I'll see you in Egghead.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like when you're trying to catch up to somebody, but they keep leveling up to it. The next, you keep trying to reach that person. Like, I'm trying to find Zach. Where's Zach over in this world? He said
Zach
he'd be in
said he was
Wano.
on level 15.
And then they're gonna be like,
I got a message from level 30.
they'll be like, are you talking
I
about?
can't play
Zach,
ranked with him. He's too higher. He's
Zach's
too much higher than
he's
me.
over in Egghead now. And the next thing you know, he's like, oh my god, I gotta go and get this
You just
person.
keep chasing.
It was great solo leveling episode.
Interesting.
I found a binging show as well.
What are you binging?
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I started on season 1, so
Oh, okay. All right.
it's very interesting. I definitely am invested in like a couple of the relationships. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll see them come on screen. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I don't want to hear these two people. And then I just go on my phone. And then my couple comes back on, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I want to watch them.
I'm like, yes, Lauren and Cameron. SB, you trust me. You got all the time in the world, baby girl. You're chilling.
I mean, AJ's making his way.
AJ's almost damn near there. AJ pushed through that shit. I was so surprised and pleased with
What's
AJ's
crazy though is how, like,
progress.
you find like your moment, like I told you what my moment is.
Yeah.
Right. And SB, I cannot wait till you get to that moment because it is relatively early on in the One Piece
in the One Piece universe.
Yeah, and
it's in the first half.
And then from then on is when I literally had to go ahead and just watch multiple episodes at a time, at night. And then when weekends would come out, when I would, that was the time when I would like One Piece.
It'll consume you at some point.
I'm gonna go with One Piece.
Yeah.
And then I would just go ahead and just start watching episodes at a time over at night. Next thing you know. It's crazy, but yeah, I flew through it. But there's always with anything that you're binging, there's going to be a certain moment, there's going to be a certain character, there's going to be a certain draw that you're like, oh yeah, I'm in it, like hell yeah. And which is crazy for something like One Piece because we were kind of talking about this before we started, before we went live. Like it's crazy when you have something that's over 1,000 episodes, right? But it keeps you engaged. Like we're talking about Egghead, right? And how you're like, oh my god, like I'm back in it. It's so crazy. I'm like, we're talking about literally over 1,000 episodes. Like this shit is crazy. Normally something that long, it starts losing its kind of like zestiness. It starts losing its flavor a little bit. You're just like,
nope. I keep getting new content, and I'm so fucking happy. You don't get it. You just don't get it. You're not there. You're not in Egghead.
See, Jacob says the episodes I'm on, it's super boring. I'm willing to bet.
I'm glad that you have your own opinion.
I'm willing to bet that he's probably like if he started binging it, and let's say for example he's in Skypiea. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Skypiea is the one place where I fell out. And
Skypiea is.
4-month break.
I had to like, oh my god, I had to just try to get through it, but I got to the point where I had to stop. I stopped watching too.
I know. Honestly, just watch it 3 times speed. Then you get to a Nell, and then you can watch it at normal speed.
Yeah, and Nell's interesting character.
I will admit there were a couple of episodes of Hunter x Hunter that I had to watch in like 1.5 speed, but also because it's a little older, so it's like. The pacing is a lot slower than a newer anime.
Yeah.
So like to go from like JJK or go from like My Hero to Hunter x Hunter, it is a little different. So I did have to watch a few episodes in like 2 times speed.
Yeah, it could be tough with anything. Sometimes they're not always captivating,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to get through it to get to the arc that you need to get to.
Yeah, I would watch them like during my morning shift at work while I just sit at a desk and do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay.
I know
I'm not in the right headspace.
No, sometimes you rely on tattoo sessions to go ahead and get some binge work going.
Exactly. If I just have a tattoo lined up, I know, okay, I'm gonna get through. Because I've gotten through, I think, all of my Demon Slayer. Like, at least the most recent one. I've gone through a lot of Demon Slayer.
With different tattoo sessions, that's when it really helped me getting back into Hunter x Hunter. I started watching Hunter x Hunter again and stuff.
But it's just easy. Just be
and
like,
then,
then he met Hisoka.
And then...
it was rap. He finished that shit.
And then, I always remember one of my first work trips being over an airplane. I think we're heading over to Boston and stuff. And then all of a sudden, there was a certain moment that had me literally gasping.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, had AirPods in. It was a late flight. Everything's all dark in the plane. People are asleep, and here I am watching this moment, and something happens right before my very eyes, and I'm literally like, I was like, no.
Yeah, just on an airplane.
Fuck that crazy.
And then people are like,
you know that there's someone like who saw that who's like so proud of you.
Yeah, that's somebody who knows.
Someone in the back of the plane saw you, and they were like, what's he watching?
Yeah, a man of culture.
I felt you there.
Yeah, a man of culture. I see. Yeah. Because if I saw that, I'd be so proud. I'd be like,
I hope you have an amazing rest of your flight.
I know. I saw what you were watching and what your reaction was. I know you're.
So now that I think about it,
I know
it probably was such a tease too because I had to take a break and just process what I just witnessed.
Yeah.
And so I literally I didn't even jump on to the next episode.
Yeah.
If anybody, again, for the sake of this kind of like hypothetical, if somebody was watching me and they're proud of me, they probably were like, keep going, keep going.
I know.
Keep going.
I would have. If I was on the plane, I would have gotten up and I would have been like, You fucking played that next episode.
I know.
Next
You played the
episode.
next episode.
You let me watch
episode.
this through you for the first time again.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
I'm never going to
that's
see
nice.
you again in this life, so
I know.
wanna
I need to know your
to see.
reaction.
Yeah.
I need to know how you
Interesting.
feel.
But Jacob says he's on episode 42. So that's still
Got
really
a
early
long
on.
ways to go, Buttercup.
Yeah. But again, you have to kind of
You're
just...
almost 1/20th of the way through.
It's kind of the same thing like Lexi was talking about with Hunter x Hunter, how it's kind of like it's relatively older. Obviously, One Piece is older. It's over in like the 99. I want to say 2000 range and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
90s.
So the pacing is a little different.
So yeah, the pacing could be kind of boring. You know, and plus, anytime we are getting introduced to characters, you have to kind of get through the origins. And then once everything's established and we all have one kind of mission, one goal, that's when you're like, all right, now the adventures begin.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny about you saying that?
Huh.
Oda, I mentioned this before, I think. Oda mentioned in an interview, where he made a statement that everything from the end of Wano and before is just story, just world building for the
World
good
building. I
shit.
remember her talking about that. I
Oh,
remember
he
brought it up.
wasn't joking.
Yeah.
He wasn't joking.
And how insane is that? Again, credit to Oda again, because Oda, I mean, can you imagine like creating this vast like universe, right? Through just imagination and creativity. Like it all starts somewhere. I understand it starts with characters and then everything kind of creates a life of its own. But to get to a point where we are literally 1,000+ episodes and we're still kind of just world building, like how, like that's talent right there, you know?
I know.
Wow.
Like to
There's
be able to
still so
have
much
so
we
much
don't know.
vision and so much detail about this world that you created from
and
your brain.
to keep things interconnected. Like you can easily like lose a grasp for like the direction of where things are headed and how they are connected to things that you've created in the past, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
It's
so
insane.
good.
Jacob says he's savoring Vinland Saga. He's on episode 19. Watched so much in such a
Villain
small
is
time.
fucking amazing. You should binge that all the way through.
Yeah.
Because it's not that long. Binge it all the way through and then you'll find that you have no enemies.
There you go. Very good. So glad to hear you're doing good, Lex. And I want
Other
to
than
now
the
ask
coughing and the
Zach.
sniffling.
How you doing, Zach?
Pretty fired up, bro.
Pretty fired up. Right on. I'm glad. Anything fun this past weekend or?
I got to demo a bathroom for my friend Nico, which is pretty fun. I got to swing a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Wow. Got to swing a sledgehammer for a good while.
Yeah.
Got some frustration out. Only to
They actually have rooms for that, right? Where they have like
Yeah,
Yeah,
rooms.
rage room.
yeah, I remember
I got a free rage room. It was fucking great.
yeah, those rage rooms. That's right. I remember I did that once for oddly enough a bachelor party.
Work.
He was like, "I'm getting married."
I know.
Fuck.
So much energy that you just, I don't know. Sometimes men can only express it through just breaking stuff.
So literally, we did like a
Sheer
rage room.
unadulterated
And then
violence.
right afterwards, there was like this kind of like a full-on like esports type, you know, thing. And then we they wanted to go game.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
I don't-
like,
I'm like,
anyways.
I don't game like that, guys, but I guess
Yeah.
I'll partake and just.
Yeah.
The one time AJ, he's like, I got all my frustration out. Let's just play video games.
I remember I went
know.
through the
Yeah,
process of trying to like go ahead and I was looking at what they had over in their little library of games and I saw Left 4 Dead and I was like, yep, I'm playing.
You're like, I know this one. I know that one.
I'm playing Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got some frustration out. And then 30 minutes later, I got rear-ended. So
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome.
I felt bad.
Except I rear-ended someone.
Yeah.
The other person in the accident probably heard me because my windows were out. I just went, "Are you fucking serious? Fuck!" And we pull over and I get out of the car and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And I was like,
He was like, don't be mad at me.
I was
don't
like,
be mad
I was
at me."
like, I was like, it's
Just
okay.
hear the car.
Fucking arrest me. And then fucking I was just like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "Don't worry about it." But we're okay. Everyone's safe.
Yeah.
My car's gonna get fixed. We're fine.
Oh, good.
That's good. Right on.
Yay.
I'm getting my car back tomorrow.
I'm
probably
getting
won't
my
have
car
mine.
back Tuesday.
I probably won't
Wednesday?
have mine fixed until I come back from Japan. So I leave
So
on Wednesday night.
do me a favor, Zach. Read Jacob's question here. Because I know the answer and I think that.
I read the first 5 words and I said no. Okay.
So he obviously is aware of all of the characters involved with the Straw Hats, you know, the Luffy's pirate crew.
Okay. I knew the entire crew when I started.
I kind of know more than I should, but the thing that you need to understand is that you are aware of the characters. You don't know the characters.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
know
That's
them.
no, perfectly said. You need
So
the
you need
whole
to
point is you're
understand
gonna
the
build
lore.
an emotional connection to these characters.
Yes.
Because when AJ knows this for a damn fact, you will fucking cry.
I'll tell
if
you
you
this.
watch this shit and you actually care about it and invest in
so
it,
this is
you
what
will
I'm gonna
cry.
say. So that it gives you kind of a bar to reach. Robin's story is what got me. That's what got me to feel emotional, to cry, and to feel attached in terms of not just her arc, to see what she's been through, because all these characters have been through some shit, but to see what she's been through and to understand what the pirate crew, the Straw Hats, are fighting for. They obviously fight for each other, but then that's the moment you realize, oh shit, these pirates actually care about each other. And then at that point, it's just about kind of understanding the closeness of these characters and stuff. But the thing is, just because I tell you this, Jacob, doesn't mean like, oh, okay, I understand now. No, you don't understand. You need to actually watch it. You need to go ahead and go through the lore.
So
Like, I wish it was as simple as just skip through all this and this, and you're caught up.
I
so
wish I could
passionate.
tap your forehead and give you all the One Piece knowledge you need. It's not how it works.
Not
You just
how it
gotta
works.
watch it, brother.
Skip
Yeah,
to Gear
just
5.
skip to Wano.
Josh, just skip to Gear 5.
No clue about anything else. Just Wano, baby.
You could do that, but yeah, you would be doing yourself a
Or
disservice,
Jacob.
big time.
If you want to be patient, we can wait for Wit to remake One Piece. It's going to be about 270 episodes, and that's a little bit easier to digest.
True.
You may not get the same emotional connection me and AJ have, but better than
But
nothing.
it's something, it's definitely better
Get
than
all the
nothing.
major beats.
Yeah. And then at that point, maybe with Wit doing that, maybe Lexi would be like, maybe I'll give it a shot.
No, you don't get a choice.
I don't know.
We're condensing our 1,000 episodes into like a quarter of that. You're fine. You can
Put
do
you in the
it.
basement with
maybe.
zebra cakes.
I know.
I
we can put you
know.
in the
Lock me up and watch One Piece.
One TV's gonna have AOT, the other one's gonna be like One Piece.
Maybe if Zebra Kids starts watching One Piece, I'll start watching One
Want some
Piece.
cherries?
Yeah, if that's the case, you're never watching.
I'm good though.
You're never
the same
watching
flavor.
then.
You're like, what do you mean mix it? There's no light down
There's
here.
no light down here.
Do you get fed? Can we at least do we get fed at least?
Don't knock your food bowl over because you don't get another one.
Yeah.
Jacob's asking, how are they going to shorten it? That's a good question. Don't know how they're going to shorten it. We just know that
There's
they
this
are.
crazy thing called filler and flashbacks.
Yeah, but there's not that much filler, is there?
There's a lot of unnecessary flashbacks and jump cuts and things that don't need to be in there.
Yeah, but is that going to cut down over 800 episodes?
Well, I feel like we're gonna lose a couple of important things, but I feel like it's gonna be more like Foxy, like Long Wing Island type stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like that'll be what loses value, not the major
it's going
stuff.
to be just focusing obviously on whatever is very important to everyone. Okay.
It's just gonna be different no matter what. Because you're not gonna spend the same amount of time with these characters that me and AJ have, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna feel like.
And
you're
trust me,
gonna
I
know
was
them.
there with you, Jacob. I was like telling Zach, I don't know if I can do this, bro. Like literally, I am forcing myself to watch these episodes. Like, when am I gonna get hooked? And you're like, just wait. Just wait. He's talking about donuts and stuff, and he's talking about all those different like little teasers and whatnot. And I'm like, I just don't understand. And then finally,
Donuts and popsicles, baby. Donuts and popsicles.
finally, I was enlightened.
Oh.
And I'm glad I went through the experience. I'm glad I took the time because, it feels rewarding to understand, the journey and to go ahead and reflect and say that I was there in your shoes. And now I'm like here over in the land of Wano. It's insane.
Wano.
It's insane. And I'm like freaking SP. I'm like, I'm in Wano. I still don't see Zach. I'm like, where the hell is this guy? And he's over in freaking Egghead now.
Yeah, ain't no fucking
I'm
clue.
like, dude.
I'm ready to head off to the next island, baby.
Yeah, I'm never to catch this guy.
Yeah.
Keep following your log post, buddy.
Yeah, the little freaking paper.
Yeah.
Keep following your Vivri card.
there
Oh
you
my
go.
god. You're gonna cry when you get to last week's episode because the character
my
is confirmed.
God, bro.
We get a character that's dead, but now he's confirmed alive. So
Oh, really? Okay.
You'll see. You'll cry. I know you love this character. You're gonna cry because I cried. I'm not like that attached to this character.
Okay. Damn. If I'm crying over Moblin and shit, then I'll probably be crying over what the hell you're talking about.
I'm so fucking happy he's back, bro. You don't get it. Addy's got such a sick fucking role. Oh my god.
Very cool.
You'll see. You'll be so happy when you get there. I'll know when you get there because you'll have a big old smile on your face for like a week.
Sanji's on top. Yeah, Sanji's pretty cool. I will admit. Sanji is a character where I was like, okay, I can see the potential here. But then you kind of wait for it. You're waiting, and then I'm at a point where I'm like, okay.
For me, whole cake sold the deal for me.
Yeah, whole cake. So again, Jacob, we're talking about whole cake, and you're not even aware of it, and you think Sanji's on top.
We're talking about the 7 and 800.
So if you like Sanji, then whole cake, you're gonna be like, Sanji's the GOAT. You know. But anyway,
Sanji pudding supremacy.
I digress. I was gonna say something lasting on kind of One Piece, but I lost it in the brain. But yeah, so just continue fighting through the episodes, and trust me, once you get to Wano, you're gonna be glad that you took the journey there. All right,
just suck it up and watch it.
Glad that we're all doing good.
You got this.
Glad that the three of us here in this room are all part of a car accident club.
I've been doing so good, bro.
Glad.
And hey, we're better people through it. At least that's what we tell ourselves.
I learned my lesson.
I feel a little bit older in the back for it.
True. That's the dynamic of it. But again, there's so much you need to understand.
See, yeah, that phrase alone shows that you don't know what you're talking about. Because putting Sanji supremacy.
Yeah. So again, there's so much behind that whole cake island. And there's pudding. There's just Big Mom's family. There's so much involved, and then and then that story we're talking about love story here. The Vince Smokes. We're talking about the love story here of Sanji and his wife. Like,
what about Robin and Frankie, bro?
It's a sad story. What about Pedro? I
miss Pedro so much, bro.
But all right, good stuff. All right, guys. So we do have a Q&A to go ahead and talk about.
Yes, we do.
So we'll go ahead and we'll jump into that very, very quickly. You guys know that we'll do the recap. We'll do our best to go ahead and continue on with the story and bring these characters to life. Good stuff. Yeah. On the same topic of binging shows, I did hear something that Luca was really interested in recommended, and he said he wants to recommend it to anybody that he sees, I guess, and that would be something on Netflix. And I figure I haven't seen it. I just figured I'd kind of pass it along, kind of been hearing. And I believe it's called Shogun.
Oh yeah, he's obsessed with Shogun.
I've heard very good things.
He told me that he was like, I can't remember the last time I felt this way about a show.
So the thing is, I heard him telling Dad. Mm-hmm. I heard him say that, I know this might sound crazy, but Shogun reminds him of early Game of Thrones. We're not talking about House of the Dragon, we're talking about Game of Thrones. And obviously Game of Thrones is another kind of global, like just
very
watched
loved.
And very,
and Dad
loved and
very much loved it.
Yeah.
So I do think that would very much like Shogun.
Yeah. So
I've just seen trailers and that's it.
For anybody that's looking for something, maybe if you liked Game of Thrones and you're looking for something kind of on that same kind of, kind of same criteria.
Yeah.
Check out Shogun on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
I have Max now. Maybe I should watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I mean, Game of Thrones, so anybody that hasn't seen that, then yeah, definitely go check it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Game of Thrones is my One Piece.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. I don't want to start that as a long mission.
Yeah. Yeah. Game of Thrones, it's worth it, bro. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth it. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and pass it along to Lex. And Lex, you can go ahead and read us what the Q&A is and what responses we got. And I'm really interested and excited to see what you guys said. This is a really interesting Q&A. And again, anybody who's here with us live that hasn't responded and you have an idea, a response that you guys would like to say, or even, would like to go and elaborate on your response, by all means, please do so in chat. We love understanding your guys' ideas and mindset and what it took for you to get to that thought process. and yeah, so go ahead, Lex. What do we got?
We asked you guys, who do you think greeted Irvin when he passed on to the afterlife?
Yes, we already gave you guys a spoiler warning. We understand that something that has been kind of implied, something has been insinuated with these characters and even referenced by Irvin himself is that, can you see them? They're here watching us. So, and pretty much the essence is you have people who have passed on are still there watching you in this journey. They're there rooting for you. They're there watching over you. They're in a sense kind of like these guardian angels. You know, we've talked about it recently, even as recent as talking about Moblet.
Yeah.
And how he cared so much about Hanji. He sacrificed himself and his life so that he can save Hanji and so that Hanji can continue on and lead. And Moblet was the first person that greeted Hanji when you know, once we get to we'll get to that point in season 4. And so we've just recently lost the commander of the scouts. We understand, and this could be part of our recap here. It's that well, they had to decide between Armin or Irvin, the commander of the scouts, or this young scout who has a lot of promise. And they end up going with Armin. We lost Irvin, and we wanted to ask you guys something we talked about a little bit last week, I believe. As a hypothetical, and I was like, damn, that's kind of a tough question. But we're interested to see what you guys said on who is the character, who potentially are the characters. We don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you think greeted the commander of the Scouts, Irvin, as he went into this next life, as he went to the kind of the beyond, as you can say? I
think it was Eddie.
So yeah, I think it was Eddie. Eddie's the one who greeted him.
It's Eddie.
So as a matter of fact, let's greet our friend Eddie. Eddie is here with us. What is up, Eddie? Eddie, so glad that you are here with us live. We miss you, Eddie. Hope that all is well. And we're just tell me, did Eddie give us a response?
He did.
Okay, let's start with Eddie's response. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll do that. And again, if you guys want to elaborate, if you guys want to respond, please do so in chat. So what does Eddie have to say?
The Eddie Hinson on Instagram says that Mike was the first person to greet Irvin.
I like it.
That's a good answer.
I like it, and that's where my mind went to also last week, where I was like, you know what? It could have been him. You know, I think Mike, because obviously Mike, we understand that. And again, it's a shame that we lost a character like that so early on in the story. But whenever you have somebody who is described as second only to Captain Levi, you know that they're pretty damn strong. You know, understand that in terms of rankings, that they are one of the highest officials, right? You understand that he himself was a squad leader. And on second in scale only to Levi. Yeah, and the thing with him is that he just unfortunately came across the one person that's a match to Levi, I guess.
Yeah, came across that monkey.
He came across the freaking Beast Titan.
And I love Mike too.
But that's an interesting idea. And how do we think Mike greeted Irvin? Was it just with a firm handshake, just a...
He sniffed him.
You know, he gave him a quick little sniff, and just...
I knew that smell.
I know.
Yeah, there you go, Josh.
Yeah,
just sniffed him.
Sniffed him.
Yeah, because the reason why, obviously, we're talking about the sniffing abilities is because that's an ability that, for whatever reason, Mike had.
He has
like some heightened.
He's like going. Yeah, he has exactly.
Senses.
He has heightened smell, heightened senses. We understand. We've seen it with him, kind of at least being aware of like nearby titans and stuff. You know, and sometimes it's even as weird as kind of just like not saying a word. And he just, you could see him kind of like sniffing people or whatever. He's just really trying to get a grasp of the person. But like, who's going to tell him not to sniff him not to sniff them? Because, I mean, again, he's a strong ass dude. Yeah. You know? Like, okay.
He's a strong sniffer too.
He's just like that, just like that guard dog. Yeah. The drug sniffing dog.
There you go. So I like that response, Eddie. I was definitely in the same mindset for sure. Right on. And so thank you for the response, Eddie.
Next, I'm going to go with friend of the show, Heise, also known as Jacob. Yeah. Also known as I Am Storm LOL on Instagram. Answers Oduo because he's old and wise. Good old Oduo may look old and wise, but he was the youngest of the group. He look old and he may act like wise, 19. But he's just a young guy who pisses his pants in his first mission. Oh my god, yeah. You know,
EP piss boy.
He's like, don't talk about that.
I know. Don't bring that up. Okay, Josh boy, also thought Mike at first.
Yeah, at first, but I'm guessing Josh has another response then? Yes. Okay, cool. Should we get to Josh's? I can
move on to that. Yeah. Thank you for that, Jacob.
But yeah, Jacob, thank you so much for the Oduo. And you know what? Maybe Oduo has gone wise throughout his time.
Yeah, maybe from him observing what's been going on, he's like,
he's like, you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong to try to act like the captain.
Yeah.
I should have just been my own man.
He probably saw what Levi was going through, and he's like, you know what? I don't want to be the captain.
Yeah, he's like, literally, I don't want to go through anything that this guy
Probably
went
saw
through.
him with his blade through Zeke's face, and he was like, never mind. Fuck this shit, bro.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. I like it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Josh's, also known as Hater Xenon on Instagram. Says his father,
Yeah.
Irvin's father.
This is one we also talked
we
about.
also thought about this one.
And I think that'd be probably the most touching moment, right?
Yeah.
Is to have an embrace with his father and have his father explain to him, like, hey, like, son, like, thank you so much for chasing the truth. Thank you so much for, like, you know, I think thinking as like, and I have the tendency to try to go and put myself in the shoes, right? Of like what his father would be telling Irvin, right? Obviously his father is very knowledgeable. He knew, unfortunately, too much, right? And
Unfortunately.
he was a teacher. So I think that that'd be a moment where Irvin himself would become like emotional, like a kid again, like a child, you know? And
his resolve was to...
It was to prove that his father was...
basically, what's the word I'm thinking of? Avenge?
Yeah.
I guess,
yeah.
Avenge his dad?
But thinking about, again, just as a viewer, that'd be a moment that would bring, like, that would be a tearful moment for sure, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's a great response, and I think that'd be a really beautiful and touching moment for sure.
I agree. Yeah, thank you for that, Josh.
And also,
great answer.
Let's not forget the moment we talked about last week that Irvin swipes Levi's hand away. As that swipe happens, we get a boom glimpse of Irvin's father again.
Yeah, that's true.
Know? So maybe
he just wants to see his dad.
Maybe that could be a moment of like, look, just let me move on. I'm ready to go ahead and call it. I just want to see my dad again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And again, that's another beautiful. It's a beautiful moment, because at that point, you know, like Irvin has done everything that he could to avenge his father, like Lexi had mentioned. You know, just to try to find, you know,
he wouldn't give up unless he had exhausted all options.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, moments before death, people say they kind of see things. For all we know, maybe his dad was already there with him. We're getting ready to welcome him into this next life, you know? And maybe at that point, as Levi said, you know, we were trying to bring this devil back into this hell. Like, we need to let him rest. And this guy's like, no, I've had enough. You know, like no more. Just let me rest, please.
Flock is like, no, bring him back.
I know Flock's like, I need we need him back.
Bring back the devil.
So yeah,
take over the world.
Thank you so much for the response, Josh. We appreciate it. And I love to speculate on what would happen if Irvin did get brought back. Does that mean the Jaegerists aren't a thing? Does that mean Flock's whole dynamic changes over in season 4? That's always an interesting thought for sure.
He's no longer a valuable character.
That was our Q&A last week. Asked you guys a big question
about Irvin.
How would the story have changed?
But it's interesting to think about a character like Flock, because we understand his whole kind of story changes drastically.
Yeah.
Right? His whole kind of character development changes very, very significantly. And I think that it would change even more significantly if Irvin was around, and I don't think that he would be the little stinker that he is in season 4.
That's a good way to put it. Stinky boy.
Yeah.
Little smelly man.
Right. Very cool. All right. Who else we got, Lex?
Gundy's ass, man.
We have friend of the show, Bobby7.
Yeah, Bobby.
Bobby says,
I miss you, Bobby.
An army of angry scouts and horses. LOL. But JK, I would say his father.
Can you imagine that? It's just
everyone's just like, dude.
All the people that died.
All the people that died.
We were just pawns in your scheme here, huh?
I know.
He gets mad.
Like, now look who that got you.
He gets chomped on by all these horses.
Literally. I mean, unfortunately for Irvin, I mean, he is responsible for so many deaths.
Yeah, he is.
But I mean, he had to go ahead and shoulder all the weight of those deaths, and
and he talked about it at the you know, when he was talking about the suicide charge.
Yeah,
like you could see them too, right?
Bro, leave if you want.
Yep.
If you don't want to die, don't do it.
Josh, to kind of the topic of Flock here, says Flock still would be an imperialistic because he just wants revenge for what they did to Parody. Yeah, I think that that's a great point. I think that he would try to find some side to fight on, you know, and try to be very, you know, vengeful, and yeah, he's just a guy with a lot of hate in his heart. but he also needs to be like a leech and attach himself to something.
Yeah.
Even though Jacob says Flock is a dub.
Good for you, buddy.
He's not. Josh says the deaths he caused wasn't something as a surprise, though. He warned them and they would all most likely die. True. They give you guys that disclaimer. You know, hey, if you're going to be a scout,
you're going to die.
We're going to go ahead and essentially we're ordering you to lay down your life.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about it where it's like, there weren't a whole lot of victories prior to the arrival of Eren Yeager. Literally 0 victories.
True.
You kind of knew what you were getting into when you signed up.
So then all of a sudden,
didn't know that's on you.
Yeah. So then finally they got their first victory, and they're like, we can actually fight against the Titans. Well, one thing leads to another.
Next now your Titans are fighting Titans, and your Titans are people fighting Titans,
and people are fighting people, and
and then
war, and that's just one thing we
Titan
see at the end.
People are fighting people, Titans, and then
war is inevitable.
Titan people, Titan people, Titans.
Yeah.
Titan people.
That is. And then there's wine, you know.
Yeah.
Don't drink the wine.
Yeah. All right, great point though, Josh. And Bobby, thank you so much for the response. But yeah, Bobby also in the serious response says his father.
His father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then last but not least response we have is from user named AJ Tricker.
Got you guys.
Is that you?
Ah, you tricked us.
It's TRIKKER. AJ Tricker. Is that
You
you?
got new
man?
Insta?
I will say the photo does not look like you, but
Maybe that's the point.
it's all a ploy.
It's a bot account.
So what do I say? I mean, what does AJ?
What is that?
What did
AJ,
I mean,
what does that trickster have to say?
Handsome trickster say?
AJ Tricker says his father.
Damn right I do.
So
I agree with AJ.
So most popular response is his father.
His father, and I think that is probably the most realistic. I mean, the only other thing I was thinking about it would just be like you would wake up to an applause.
Yeah,
Of
that
his
too.
soldiers.
If it wasn't
surrounding
Mike
him.
or his father, yeah.
And then while Irvin stands up, Lexi had mentioned that they go ahead and give him the salute.
Yeah, they'd
know.
probably salute him, and he'd just be like, "Could someone help me up?"
No, Jacob, it's not me. But you can follow
you right
AJ
now,
Trigger. Yeah, it's not me.
That's
though.
not. That's
I don't have Insta.
his Insta is Attack the Top.
That is
so
my-
technically
yeah.
you are following.
You are following me, yes. But interesting. Real quick. Josh says, dedicate your heart. So dedicate your heart literally, and in the end, Levi hit him with I guess this is what you dedicated your heart for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob says he'd drink the wine, and Josh wants that panel on his wall.
Ooh, yeah.
Right on. Good stuff. So that was the last response we got.
Yeah, that was all of them.
Let's give a hand to our friends for the responses. And I think that makes the most sense. Would be his dad would be the one welcoming him.
Yeah,
because that's the
I'm
most
sure
emotional.
that's who Irvin would want to see.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most emotional.
Not that he wouldn't want to see anyone else, just that he would want to atone and.
Or what if it was like this, like a very kind of, they try to make it more dramatic and stuff, right? Where all of a sudden we talk about like he wakes up to an applause, he wakes up to his scouts, they're like giving him the salute, and all of a sudden they kind of like make a pathway. They kind of part the sea, so to speak.
Yeah, to
and all
his
of a sudden,
dad.
His dad's kind of in the back. His dad kind of makes his way. And next
I thought you were
thing
going to say something sadder. I thought you were going to say he doesn't see his dad. His dad isn't there.
No, I'm not going to get to that point.
Damn,
no.
that's not what I was thinking at all. I was thinking it was going to be like he's standing there and he's getting his applause, and then from behind him he feels a hand on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Something climactic.
Someone hands him a medal, and he turns and he takes the medal, and then he looks up and it's his dad, and he's
Yeah.
like, no,
Yeah.
Dad, no.
Yeah, and then
Turns
they
into
get
that little
into a
boy.
nice warm embrace. and
Yeah,
stuff,
jump cut to him as a kid embracing his dad.
Kind of like what Grisha and Zeke had, except Grisha was the one that was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if his dad's like, "I'm so sorry for leaving you," or something like that? Next,
Yeah.
even though his dad never like intended to leave him,
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you got tortured and
you
killed
literally
by
were
by
kidnapped,
the-
tortured, and murdered.
Yeah, by
I
the
could totally
military
say though the
police.
dad being like, "I'm so sorry that I wasn't strong enough to have stayed with you."
Yeah.
And then Erwin cries.
Whereas
And then Erwin's like, I'm sorry I snitched on you,
Yeah,
bro.
Erwin's the one who needs to apologize.
Yeah, Erwin needs to
I
apologize.
was just a child. I was just a child.
There are actually a lot of parallels between him and Zeke then,
Yeah.
in terms of fatherly bond.
Well, our 2 war chiefs, I'd hope they line up.
That's true.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
true. That's a parallel that I didn't really, think about.
Yeah,
But
until right now.
Now they think
They're
about
each
it.
humanity's
Yeah.
Yeah.
lost hope in a sense.
Each
Yeah.
of their
Respective leaders.
districts
Yeah.
leaders.
And I think that going
race, I
into
guess.
whatever side you're on, going into battle, you're gonna feel obviously better having that person lead. Whether if you're over in Marley, you're being led by Zeke, you're gonna feel good about your chances. And the same thing with the scouts.
I just want a leader that won't get me killed. That's all I want.
yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah, that is it. Thank you
so much
guys
for the
all your
responses,
answers.
guys.
Those are awesome.
Right on. Jacobs, what's the goal of the new Jaeger is? It's a great question. Maybe we'll ask Isayama when we get him on in the podcast in 3 years.
We need to see him on.
3 years. Yeah.
Is Adrian confirmed it?
Not yet. He says you got to work towards getting me on the pod.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we got yeah.
Come back in 2027.
Right. You're right. And yeah. In 3 years, we'll finally be talking about the final parts of.
Maybe.
How are you going to ask what the goal
We'll still
of
be on the movie.
Yeah.
Of the? Aren't you a Jaegerist?
He is the Jaeger.
You should know the goal.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, there's a great answer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Good job, Josh.
For the clarity.
So smart.
All right, guys. Should we go ahead and jump into this episode?
Yeah. And you
do it.
did a pretty good job recapping too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, we did
Armin's
recap.
back.
Pretty much
all you really needed to
what we
know.
covered last week was just there was the
Great recap. Armin's back.
Yeah, Armin's back.
the deliberation, right? You have characters trying to go ahead and do their best to reason and try to explain why either Irvin or Armin are supposed to be back. And ultimately, the decision was made, whether it's Levi's decision or, again, we talked about Irvin. But either way, it was time for him to go ahead and rest. To finally go ahead and, he felt like he accomplished what he needed to accomplish. And we also kept getting the example of hope whenever we would refer to Armin.
Yes.
And so, ultimately, Bertold was eaten by Armin's strange-looking mop-top head pure Titan form, and then Armin's back. Armin's back, and so we're gonna see what Armin remembers, how that affects Armin, and what Armin's gonna do going forward.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll go and we'll jump into this, guys. And again, this is season 3, episode 19. This is the basement. This is part 1 of our analysis of our breakdowns. So, Zach will be our narrator in this episode.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
whenever you're ready, my
The
friend.
narrator, the Armin.
Yes.
Narrator the blonde.
Narrator the blondes. We love them.
Awesome.
All right. So, whenever you're ready, Zach.
Cool. We begin the episode with reactions from our scouts' characters as the Colossal Titan begins its transformation. Armin and Mikasa desperately flee to a safe distance alongside Aaron's Titan. Levi watches in horror from the other side of the wall, unable to be a bit of service to help. Erwin stares in anticipated preparation as he's shocked by the sudden transformation. The colossal transformation erupts a mushroom cloud of devastation as Mikasa yells out,
We need to take cover!
The mushroom cloud sends a rush of impact, destroying every village home in sight. The homes evaporate before our eyes. Then, there's a blinding bright light as we hear Bertolt panting in pain in the background. Then we get an interesting depiction of Bertolt with pain in his eyes. Well, actually only the right side of his face depicts muscle tissue, much like the Colossal Titan, whereas the left side depicts a hollow skull. Bertolt continues to pant as he says,
It hurts. It hurts so badly.
Now, we zoom in on Armin's face as he begins to awaken into his new life. Except, this continues to be some sort of strange epiphany. Armin awakes to stare up at the two-faced Bertolt in a size comparable to the Colossal Titan. The sad Titan stares at Armin as Armin watches with a look of fear and confusion on his face. Then, tears begin to run down Bertolt's eyes. Armin begins gasping, processing the strange epiphany. Armin then wakes up to the top of the wall, next to an injured Sasha, resting. The scouts appear to have set up camp in this location, as Armin and Sasha are surrounded by bags and equipment. Armin says to himself,
Bertolt.
Then, Armin hears an injured Sasha murmur,
It hurts. It hurts so badly.
A concerned Armin looks over.
Wait, are you? Whoa, Sasha, you're in horrible shape. What happened to you?
Armin notices Sasha's body severely bandaged up, and then an overly excited Aaron notices and screams out from a distance,
You're up!
Armin looks over to notice Aaron running over to him.
Aaron?
Aaron now embraces Armin with relief that Armin is alive and well. Armin seems to be confused by Aaron's emotion and demeanor. Aaron's eyes tear up with relief that his best friend is back. Aaron is literally trembling as he tells Armin,
Armin, I'm so glad you're back.
Armin is still very confused. And now, Captain Levi joins them on top of the wall, and Levi says,
About time.
Armin is surprised by the captain's arrival.
Captain, what happened? I saw Bertolt transform, but then everything gets kind of blurry. Did we fight them off? Is everyone okay?
Captain Levi explains,
It sounds like your recent memory was just about wiped out. Aaron, tell him everything.
A confused Armin turns to Aaron for answers as Captain Levi shoots a signal flare into the sky. Jean, Connie, Mikasa, Flock, and Hanji notice the green signal smoke as they appear to be surveying the damaged villain of Shiganshina.
Mm-hmm. All right. So pretty much what we can gather is, and we've seen this happen with Rhina when, he's gone through significant damage, especially when it comes to, obviously the brain area and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But
very complex organ
to
recreate.
And I think even with Aaron, Aaron hasn't really completely processed everything once he became, his Titan form. But essentially,
Aaron didn't even know. He didn't get to have a walkthrough like Armin's getting.
Yeah.
Aaron just woke up and was just like, "Oh, I have a key now."
Yeah,
that was pretty much it.
It was just an experiment. He's a little lab rat.
Yeah. So Armin doesn't remember even. Everything that transpired, his plan and stuff, so maybe, and we're going to see once we get to the next part of the episode, but we talked about Armin and that character development and how he has took it upon himself to go ahead and, be the person to kind of lay down his life, and so I think that was a really important, development with Armin and his character. Mm-hmm. And so, as somebody who obviously, is Armin's my favorite character, for Armin to not remember that kind of is a bummer, because I think that was a really pivotal moment for Armin and understanding like, hey, this is what he did. It's very much, and then we talked about, we talked about kind of like the similarities of Irvin and Armin, and Armin essentially had to go ahead and do what he needed to do to kind of be
what it means to be a hero.
Yeah,
he had the ultimate conviction.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like similar to Erwin getting his arm bit off and being like, "I said advance, God damn it!" Like,
and
did I say stop? No.
So again, into that same point there, like how devastating would it have been if Irvin didn't remember that moment?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he wakes up and he's like, we're back over.
I don't have an arm.
We're back over in Stohas. We're back in Trost or something like that. And all of a sudden, he's bandaged up. And he's asking Levi, "What happened? What happened? Where's my arm?" Whatever the case is, right? It'd be like, damn, he doesn't remember that badass moment.
But at least everyone around remembers the impact that they remember it. They have
of course
impact still.
But in terms of with Armin, like I felt like that's a moment where there was so much confidence, and now, as we're gonna see, kind of in the next portion that we're gonna go and focus on, but maybe Armin doesn't have that kind of same confidence, But I do want to kind of talk about.
But we know it is in him because he did do it.
Yeah, but I do want to kind of talk about this strange depiction of Bertolt. It's very strange. Again, it's kind of we've seen like strange. Like vision, strange moments of once these characters become these Titan warriors, right? Obviously, Aaron's a completely different story because with him, like, he is the story. You know, he is like as early on in season 1 when he is taking a nap underneath his tree, and we get those strange, just kind of like rush of moments that are going to happen.
Yeah.
With here, like Armin, he's waking up to Bertold in pain, right? And what's strange to me is that he hears the same words that Sasha literally is about to say to him.
Yeah.
You know, which is very strange. You know,
it probably was the way I interpreted it is that he was just having a dream and he was hearing Sasha in his dream, but in his brain he was thinking it was Bertold.
Yeah, it was Bertold, right? But also, like, thinking about where the next time we see Bertold over in, you know, the finale.
Yeah.
Right? Bertold very much looks in pain. He very much looks like he's been suffering through, almost like vicariously through Armin, because we understand that these Titan warriors, that as they go ahead and they, you know, pass on this ability, this Titan kind of power, and then, you know, we understand the process of passing it along. Like, the next person has to literally be in a pure Titan form and eat the Titan warrior. Like, their almost soul lives on, right? It's such a weird thing.
Yeah, like their memories, kind of.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like the way I interpreted it is, it's like the passing of a torch. Berto was literally eaten, and I feel like it's very easy for that soul, that memory that's left behind. His last memory that he's passed on to Armin is getting eaten.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's part of that, and also just the image of having his Titan out there. I feel like it's just symbolic for the passing of all these memories on to Armin that he now instantly just has access to. And he can see all the things that Bertolt has done in his Titan form, and he can see all the things that Bertolt has done and lived through and experienced. And I'm sure someone like what Lexi said, Sasha's right there, and she's like, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
I'm sure he heard it, and it just...
Yeah, he manifested it into...
Yeah, because Bertolt's,
like, subconscious.
Bertolt's last feeling was pain, so it makes sense.
Kind of like when you fall asleep listening to music and you dream, and that music is in the background, that dream, and you wake up and you're like, oh, I was just listening to that in real life, but it manifested in my dream.
Another thing too that comes to my mind is just, we're talking about a Titan that is literally the most, the Titan that causes the most devastation in terms of, like, you know, the usage of the Titan. It's meant to go ahead and create the most impact, right? Potentially it could be the most deadly Titan, right?
Yeah.
And
the nuke.
And for somebody like Bertolt, we've talked about before in past episodes, like, these are kids that were trained to become these warriors, right? And for somebody like Bertolt, who, as we've seen, just kind of like, you know, whether he's hiding his true character, but he was very quiet, right? He held a lot of emotion in, I guess. You know, some may say he's more reserved.
Probably just a tortured soul.
We don't, for all we know, maybe he didn't really want to be the Colossal Titan, much like with Armin. We understand with his Titan, he literally doesn't have ears because he doesn't want to hear the screams. He doesn't want to hear.
He doesn't want to know that he's making people suffer.
Yeah, and you know, so it's kind of like, in a weird way, like you mentioned, a passing of the torch, like
Passing
is like
the burden.
Yeah,
exactly.
the burden. Yeah,
you know, like, here is this heavy burden that I'm giving to you, and good luck. You know, and I mean, we obviously know what Armin ends up doing, but we also know that Armin didn't transform a lot. You know, and I'm sure that's for reasons, you know.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was a strange, weird little kind of like symbolism of this tortured soul who was this really devastating Titan, and we saw it right from the beginning when you know, as a kind of a reminder, you know, that this episode starts with Bertolt transforming into his Colossal Titan, with the devastation that he causes just from his transformation, with that mushroom cloud, with that, you know, rush of wave of just like impact that it causes over to these homes. You see, you know, just again, the homes are literally just like disintegrating.
Yeah.
You know, they're evaporating. And then, you know, just seeing the fear in like Armin and Mikasa. You know, like, Mikasa's such a strong character. Like, in this moment, she literally is in fear. She screams out, you know, like, she literally, like, what does she say? Like,
I think she says we need to hide.
Yeah, we just need to take cover.
We need to take cover, yeah.
You know, like, seeing the
let's
look
get out.
and another badass character, Levi. Like Levi notices, this Titan transforming, excuse me, and then all of a sudden, like, there's nothing he can do, right? We see the commander of the scouts. Now he's like, okay, now I have to come up with now we have to reassess our plans here, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's again just a reminder of how devastating this Titan is, right? And how much of a toll it takes over on you as just a human being. Because in the end, like, we understand this is just, these are characters. This is an anime. But if you were to go ahead and kind of, again, just kind of think of it more like in a realistic kind of mindset.
Because like war is a real thing.
Can you imagine being a person that's responsible for that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I have a job to do. This was my mission. This is what I have to do. But once it's all done, like, you have that morality in you.
Couldn't fathom.
You have that kind of consciousness where you're like, fuck,
that you would feel.
The things I had to do to go ahead and try to claim victory, and stuff, like,
yeah.
And again, it's very much a real thing, when it comes to war and stuff, like
the survivor's guilt is a very real thing. And we see that manifested through Armin throughout pretty much ever since he gets brought back.
Yeah.
He has like survivor's guilt pretty
Oppenheimer.
much.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's
creating the nuclear bomb in itself is, we make the joke nuke, but creating the nuclear bomb in itself is one of the craziest things.
Can you imagine being responsible
that someone
for
could
that?
do to achieve victory, and humans did it.
Yeah, and it's strange,
seeing that shit get used is not a fun sight.
No,
Yeah.
and can you imagine? I mean, these are things that these people are witnessing, over inside these walls here. They're seeing this nuke.
That's just their norm.
Titan.
That's their life. It's war.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was very interesting for sure to go ahead and see that depiction of Bertold. Because again, Bertold was another character that was starting to kind of come into his own and become very confident and took it upon himself to try to end things. And obviously it didn't play out in his favor. Yeah. So now, as we were kind of talking about it now, it's kind of this heavy burden that's being passed along to Armin.
Yeah.
But somebody that's excited to go ahead and see that Armin is awake is obviously Aaron. Aaron was a character
was, like, fighting the most.
Exactly. Aaron was.
Have you heard of the sea?
He was literally in tears. He was trying to do
salty
best.
water. You can't drink it.
It's like a lake, but huge.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
And he was doing his best to advocate. And again, we talked about it. Levi wasn't going to listen to Aaron.
No.
Not
but
at
he'll
all.
listen to Irvin.
Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
direct order, sir. You let me fucking die.
But Armin is here. He's back. And Aaron couldn't be happier. And
He's back and bigger than ever.
honestly. But again, Armin doesn't remember anything.
And still buff for some reason.
He's still very
Armin,
much
why
buff.
are you cut like that?
But Captain in his kind of snarky way, he's like, finally this kid's awake, about time. And we're gonna go ahead and get more clarity as to how long it's been, in this next portion that we focus on.
Yeah.
But he essentially tells I should say Armin first kind of explains to Captain like, hey, like what happened? Like the last thing he remembers is seeing Bertold transform, which when we think about it, he doesn't remember trying to negotiate with Bertold, right?
He doesn't remember him even coming up with the plan.
He doesn't remember even giving Jean the reign to go ahead and be the leader and stuff,
that's true. He doesn't even remember that.
He doesn't remember Aaron getting
He just
punted.
remembers they were coming and we need to fight.
He doesn't remember,
He just remembers the initial explosion and we need to hide.
Yeah,
That's it.
So he doesn't even remember
He remembers taking cover, and that's it.
what transpired with Hanji, because obviously prior to that, he, not to say that he ever thought Hanji was dead, because if he remembers just a transformation, but still, like,
Yeah,
that's something that was really important. Like there was a moment where he thought that they didn't have Hanji anymore, so then he had to go ahead and kind of like, okay, it's just us, all right.
Yeah,
but then
true.
it's still he couldn't bear the leadership. He didn't have anything planned, so he kind of gave it to Jean. There's so much that he kind of misses that we had spent weeks talking about.
Yeah.
I
will say it is very telling of Armin's personality, the fact that the first thing he did when he woke up was check up on Sasha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's something that I totally see. I mean, very like Armin-esque.
Yeah. You know, he sees the bandages. Again, he has no idea why she's in that shape.
He's okay, so
Yeah.
He asks what happened.
He's hurt. What's wrong?
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, you were like dead.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember it.
Doesn't remember it.
at least you're still carrying when you come back.
Yeah.
I know.
And then one thing he asks, I should say, the questions that he asks Levi is, did we fight them off and is everyone okay? And Levi essentially...
We're all dead except for us.
Yeah.
he tells Aaron,
None of us.
you're the one responsible for telling him everything.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted him back. You explained to him what the hell happened.
Yeah,
About
you
your
have to
stupid
tell him.
salt water. You get to talk to
And,
this boy about how salt water saved his life.
Yeah.
We'll get into in this next part what Aaron kind of explains and what he
What he leaves out?
leaves out.
Yeah.
The important parts.
Like, bro, say every detail. Like,
Yeah.
this is a big deal. You know,
And
Armin,
then-
just watch the last like 3 episodes of Attack the Talk.
Exactly.
We cover it pretty
we
well.
go in depth for you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll go in depth for you. Just watch those and you got it.
You got it. But then we also see as Levi sends out...
We also talk about the future too. He's gonna be like,
He's like,
"What?
Wait, what? Aaron does what?
What is the
Hold on.
rumbling?"
What is going on here?
80% of humanity is what now?
I know. Huh? Yeah. Spoiler warning, Armin.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, Captain Levi sends out a signal flare to the other characters who are alive. You know, there aren't a whole lot of them, but they're out there. They're just kind of searching through the damaged
Just
homes,
seeing if there's any survivors.
seeing if there's any survivors,
Anything.
and maybe anything that they can go ahead and kind of, you know, salvage. I'm sure there's not much,
Yeah.
but pretty much like Lexi said, they're looking for any potential survivors. But yeah, anything else we really need to cover in that point?
No, we covered everything and more.
True.
We're just so excited we get ahead of ourselves.
All right,
He just
so
likes to yap.
Yeah, I love a good yap.
beautiful. All right, so then we'll go ahead and we'll focus on this next little last part here of this first breakdown we have of episode 19. And so again, Zach, whenever you're ready.
Cool. We fast forward to a frozen, stunned Armin in disbelief. Captain Levi tells Armin,
Okay, are you up to speed now?
a numb Armin responds,
Yeah, we won. But of the scout regiment, there are only 9 soldiers left alive. The 9 of us.
Jean confirms, that's what it looks like. The fighting ended 4 hours ago. We've been searching for survivors, but no luck. We see Connie rushing to a weak Sasha, helping her hydrate by drinking some water. Armin responds by processing.
So, to be clear, we resealed Shiganshina's gate, securing Wall Maria. Rhina and the Beast Titan escaped, along with the quadruped. You managed to capture Bertolt. And then, with both the commander and me wounded, you had to choose which of us to give the injection to, and you did.
Armin appears to be fearful of this revelation.
I transformed into a Titan and killed Bertolt. I ate him.
Aaron, now watching over Armin, stares as Armin begins to get sick, gagging and coughing because of the revelation that he consumed a human body. Jean helps out by handing Armin water. Armin begins drinking aggressively. Armin, still in utter sheer shy, asks,
Why though? Why'd you pick me? No matter how you look at it, Commander Irvin's the only one humanity needed the most. Captain, why'd you give me the injection?
Captain Levi reacts with attitude.
Hey,
Levi kicks Aaron.
I thought I told you to tell him everything. Everything, Jaeger.
Levi explains to Armin.
There was a short debate. Your friends here argue that you were the one we needed to revive. And when I disagreed, they staged a little mutiny.
Aaron confirms.
It's true. Punish us as you will.
Hanji then assures Aaron.
You'll certainly be disciplined for your insubordination, but getting punished isn't the same as making amends.
Captain Levi adds by explaining.
The thing is, I was the one who chose to revive you in the end. Or, no. It's more like I chose this to be the place where Irvin died.
But Armin questions.
Sorry. I just don't understand. How could letting Irvin die be the right thing to do? What are the scouts without him? If he's gone, then how will we go on?
Aaron and Mikasa's demeanor both sink, as they know they played a hand in the commander's death. Hanji agrees.
You're right, Armin. I believe it should have been used on Irvin too. To be brutally honest. Never mind. It's a shame we had to choose in the first place. It's over now. Irvin told Levi to use the syringe as he thought best, and Levi chose to use it on you. What's done is done. Irvin's life and the power of the Titan both rest on your shoulders. No matter what anyone says, that's the truth. It's part of who you are now. Accept it.
Armin becomes mortified as he responds.
Wait. So does this mean that I need to become Irvin's replacement? There's no way. I can't.
Levi continues to clarify.
Don't misunderstand us. There's no chance in hell that you could replace Irvin. That said, your self-doubt aside, you have strength within you that no one else can claim. Don't let any of us regret this. Not me, not either one of our mutineers here.
As Levi aggressively places his hands on top of Aaron and Mikasa's heads.
Nor anyone else. And especially don't regret it yourself. Consider that your new mission.
Armin continues to stare with fear, but then Sasha begins to awaken again. Sasha, in pain and half awake, murmurs,
Shut the hell up.
The group all turns to look at Sasha. Then Hanji begins to chuckle out loud.
Yup, that's our Sasha. She's always been one to speak her mind. You know, since Irvin chose me to succeed him as commander, I'm more or less in the same boat as you, Armin. We'll just have to grin and bear it while doing what we can.
A nervous Armin then responds,
I'll try.
Hanji sternly stares at Armin, then responds with,
Good.
Hanji now stands up to address the others.
Now that we know Armin's all right, let's check out that cellar. Aaron, Mikasa, you two can come guide me out, and Levi, you two can come guide me. And Levi, the rest of you will stay. Keep an eye out for the hostiles from here on the wall. Aaron, do you still have the key?
Aaron, now thinking about what it took to come back home to that cellar, grips onto the key tightly and answers,
I do. Let's do this.
To be continued.
All right.
You feel very powerful saying the to be continued line.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, to be continued.
I felt so powerful that I need to pee.
I know. I felt so powerful. The excitement's just rushing out of my bladder.
I know, right?
Go ahead and go ahead and pee, and we'll go ahead and we'll break down what we talked about. So again, Armin himself, he's just like,
Bye.
At this point, Aaron explained to Armin pretty much everything that transpired. Pretty
Has
much
to be
everything.
crazy.
You know, and
I mean, I would also be in probably the same, like, just imagining just getting told all of that and seeing how, like, shocked and stunned and just taken back that Armin looks when we first see him back.
Yeah,
is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also very valid.
Of course, because we talked about just in this past, first portion of the episode here that everything that Armin doesn't remember. And so when you have somebody explaining to you, this is all that happened, this is how you reacted, and then this is what you ultimately decided to do.
Yeah.
Right? And then after you were on the brink of death, the commander was there.
Yeah.
You know, we had to choose between the two of you.
Yeah, all Armin,
You know?
yeah, all that Aaron told him was like, oh yeah, and we brought you back and da-da-da. Like, dude, there's details that you need to explain. That's why
There's so much
obviously
detail.
Levi was kicking him like, dude, I thought you told him
he goes,
everything.
hey, I told you to go ahead and explain everything.
Yeah. You guys
and-
fought and
It very much was a mutiny.
there was a smack.
Because what ended up happening was, Aaron was very defiant against the captain, and then Mikasa got involved.
Yeah.
Mikasa had to be restrained by Hanji. Obviously, Flock is the reason why the Commander Irvin was even brought back. Flock was very adamant about
we need to bring back Irvin,
bringing him back to go ahead and be the devil, to go ahead and fight off these their enemies.
Yeah.
And also Flock was very adamant about what the commander did over on the other side of that wall, because they very much weren't aware of what happened over on that wall. They don't know everything that happened with the Beast Titan, right? They don't know what they had to deal with. And even Aaron isn't aware of everything that happened. Again, Flock was being very adamant about it, but again, Armin being explained all this by Aaron. We understand Aaron. I mean, let's be real here. Aaron is not going to go ahead and do the best explaining. He
did all right.
He's going to go ahead and tell him just kind of like the moments that are, I guess, important, but also stuff that only Aaron's going to want to go ahead and kind of mention.
You died. I saved you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You died. You came back. You ate.
Yeah.
I want to know if
you ate.
Well, at this point, Aaron hasn't kissed Astoria's hand yet, so
yeah,
I'm not gonna say, oh well, he's withholding information for this reason or that reason, because he doesn't even know if he
doesn't know the extent of what what's going to change his life.
There's no point in tying it into the big picture because he has no clue himself right now. He's just being stupid little Aaron, not saying, hey, by the way, you stopped Bertolt. That was your plan.
Yeah.
That was all you.
Yeah.
And no one else.
You decided to,
And that's why I think you're better than Erwin.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because
over here.
We'll see how Armin really first reacts to this, and then pretty much he goes out there and he tells him like, look, first thing he says is we won, right? But then he understands what it took to win by saying like, look, so we won, but there's only 9 of us left.
But at what cost?
He's like, there's literally only 9 of us left, right? And then we get an understanding of how long it took, right?
Yeah.
Of pretty much essentially not how long the fight took, but pretty much how long Armin has been asleep. He's been kind of resting. Same thing with Sasha too, because Jean he explains saying that like that fight, it ended 4 hours ago.
But also I would guess that it would take a really long time to search through all that rubble for any survivors or anything at all too.
Yeah.
Because it happened over such a big blast radius is what I'll say.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like Lexi was mentioning, that as they were searching for survivors, there's been no luck.
Yeah.
We talked about with Armin's first initial reactions of waking up and seeing seeing Sanji hurt, seeing Sasha hurt.
Yeah.
So Sasha, she's been in rough shape, but who's been the person that's been attending to her this entire time, essentially?
Connie.
And again, here, Connie,
Taekwondo.
Connie, we see him continuing to go ahead and rush to her aid, and he's trying to help her hydrate with some water.
Even when she initially got injured, he was the one holding her and everything.
Yeah. And we don't know how much water they have accessible. We don't understand, like really what resources they have and stuff.
They've been there for 4 hours.
Yeah, and but I mean, one thing's for sure, it's just they got to continue to go ahead and attend to Sasha, and Connie's been the person who has been really kind of overseeing that responsibility, and I'm sure that's no problem for Connie at all. We understand the relationship that Connie and Sasha have. They are the Taekwondo duo. They've been very close together, and we've kind of explained on the podcast is very much like a sibling relationship.
Yeah, I agree. But watch out for each other.
For sure, like we talked about how they're
your back, you can have a bite of my potato.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it how it's like they're essentially like they're all family, like that's kind of just what it is. Like they go ahead and they have been through so much, they've experienced so much and stuff, like they've survived so much. They're all just
bonded through the trauma.
They're just family now, they're looking over each other's back.
They're all they got. Connie's mom is on a house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so at that point, Armin reflects on important details like resealing Shiganshina's gates, securing Walmaria, Rhina and the Beast Titan escaping alongside the Cart Titan. And also, the one thing that's interesting here is his word saying, you managed to capture Bertold. Mm-hmm. Right? Kind of like you were mentioning, Zach, about like Aaron explained details. I mean, like, yeah, by the way, I saved you, or whatever stuff. Maybe he's like, look,
I'm dying.
I'm the one who stopped Bertold.
Yeah. I did a great distraction and used my hardening.
I got punted into a wall.
Yeah.
But he says you managed to capture Bertold, which I guess it is true. Aaron
he was
is
the reason Bertold got weak enough.
Remove Bertold from his Titan.
True.
The correct sentence Aaron was saying is we captured Bertold with your plan and your sacrifice.
Yeah, because Armin was the one that was able to get Bertold weak enough and frail enough to even get close to fight him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he continues saying that
for Armin.
With the commander and me both wounded, you had to choose one of us to give the injection to.
Yeah.
And then this is the moment where all of a sudden things take a turn. Where he goes like, and you did. I was a Titan. I ate Bertold. Like, can you imagine all of a sudden you're like, holy
Imagine
fuck.
unlocking those memories.
You're like, I was a Titan. I literally murdered somebody. I ate somebody,
I hope that they... Hold on. I hope that they explained how weird he looked as a Titan. Like, it was actually... It just looked like a really frail you.
Yeah, they're
just
like...
giant.
We're just tall and skinny.
Like, it was actually pretty gross looking, but hey...
Your
came
bowl
back with
cut,
abs.
your bowl cut, still there, baby.
Yeah, it still looks good. The hair still look good.
I know.
But yeah.
It was still just as golden as ever.
So Armin begins to like start gagging over the thought of just eating another human.
Yeah.
But now's the point here where we talked about the confidence, right?
Yeah.
The confidence change in Armin.
Yeah.
Now he's like, look, like, why? Why'd you choose me? Like, Commander Irvin's the one that humanity needs. Like, he's telling, like, Captain Levi, why did you choose me? Mm-hmm. At that point, Levi's like, Aaron, you little shit.
You didn't.
Did you not tell him everything?
Did you not tell him that I didn't want him here?
I know.
Yeah. He goes, I told you to tell him everything. And he talks about the debate. He talks about the mutiny, right? He talks about how his friends here argue that you needed to be the one to revive. I disagreed.
Yeah.
Your friends here committed high treason.
Yeah.
And Aaron's like, it's true. So just punish us however you need to. And Hanji's like, oh, we will.
Yeah.
Trust me, we will.
Yeah. Right? I would love to.
You're going to clean my Titan.
Yeah. It's like, well, trust me, we'll go ahead and we'll punish you. But I mean, now's not the time for that. And she says that getting punished isn't the same as making amends, which is, those are some strong words.
Yeah. That's a very...
In other words, like, look, this was like this was legit a mutiny here. Like, we understand that those aren't small things over in the world of AOT, like those are
going
like
against the orders of Captain Levi is not taken lightly.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't even want to think about what the punishment is, but
but they'll face it.
We understand that they get locked up. They have to like get locked up in solitude for extensive time to the point where, like, and we'll get to that. We'll talk about it. But like, literally, like, Mikasa, she becomes very frail, whereas I think Eren continues to have like weird visions, right? But yeah. Meanwhile, Armin, like, isn't Armin like he's like he's asleep, right? Over on the outside of the cell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just like that, right?
I'll just hang out here then, guys. You're my own.
I'll come visit you during visiting hours, which are all the time.
Yeah, all the time. But anyway, so yeah, they'll be punished accordingly. But now Hanji, she is now assuming the role of the commander, right? We understand that that's something that Commander Irvin, he already made plans for. He already delegated the responsibility to Hanji in the events that his big gamble doesn't pay off, when it comes to, overthrowing the government and stuff, and all that, and trying to go ahead and
starting a coup,
bring those little cockroach, kind of corrupted government officials, out into the light. There was a big chance that, he was risking too much and that he was going to end up getting, publicly
as his father
executed.
Yeah.
And thankfully his big gamble played off.
Yeah, thankfully.
Or it paid off, I should say. And then Hanji, she's not the commander, but she understands that regardless of going forward, right, in the event that the commander were to go ahead and die, that she would be the next one in line.
Mm-hmm. She openly takes that responsibility and tells Armin, hey, we both got shit to deal with.
Yeah, like
now.
we both have to bear these burdens. So
we both just got screwed.
Whatever
grin
she
through
says.
it. You're just gonna grin through it.
Yeah, exactly. She literally is like, look, it's a shame that it even came down to that point. What's done is done. She says, and then this is kind of like,
Oh yeah, Hanji's also out of pocket.
She says, Irvin's life and the power of a Titan both rest on your shoulders. No matter what anyone says, it's the truth. It's part of who you are now. Accept it. Yep. And you're like, whoa, okay.
Also, the first that we that she says to Armin is just Armin's like, why'd you without Irvin? What are the scouts without him? He's gone. How will we live on? And Hanji just goes, yeah, you're right. I believe it should have been Irvin too. To be brutally honest, she could have gone worse.
Yeah, I wonder what she was going to say.
Never mind.
Never mind. She understands that that's important right now because, hey, they got to go ahead and
can't change.
Let's just focus on what we have now.
Yeah, you can't change
focusing on what we wish we had.
Yeah.
She's very brutal here.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure she's not too happy right now. I'm sure when she walked away, she was under the assumption that Irwin was the one coming back.
Yeah. But also, she does have... she's been peers with Irvin. She's got that history with Irvin, She doesn't really have, that history with Armin. So I could see why she would have very much doubts about Armin.
Yeah.
Blue, get over here. Hey.
And then, so again, as she explains to Armin that Irvin's life and the power of the Titan both rests on your shoulders, Armin's response is like, wait, does that mean that I have to become Irvin's replacement? Right?
And they're like, no, you can never do that.
Levi
you're not the commander.
Levi's like, whoa, hold on there.
No, hold on.
Don't misunderstand us
here. You could never replace her.
He said there's no chance in hell. Right?
Yeah.
But Levi, in kind of surprising fashion, I guess. Maybe not so much because I understand that Levi, is kind of like, I don't want to say matured through losing the commander.
Yeah.
But now he's in a way kind of assuming the role of being a more kind of motivating leader.
Yeah.
Because he tells
understanding, dang it, there's no good cop, bad cop anymore. There's just two bad cops now.
Yeah.
Him and Hanji.
But he tells Armin look, your self-doubt aside, you have strength within you that no one else can claim. So don't make any of us regret this, right? And definitely says do not regret it yourself.
Yeah.
And he says, consider that your new mission.
Yeah.
Right? It's a good mission to have.
Yeah.
Live life without regrets.
Then we get a cool little kind of, comedic relief with Sasha.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
The hell up. I'm trying to sleep. You guys are all arguing, talking all loud around me.
I know. And it's
Can you do that somewhere else?
It's a cool moment to kind of lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Because things, they had a chance of getting a little
tense.
A little tense there for sure,
Yeah.
But Hanji now, she assumes the role again as the commander, She's like, look, that's our Sasha. Ooh. She goes, all right, well, Irvin chose me to be the commander, right? So I'm in the same boat as you, Armin. We'll just have to pretty much grin and bear it.
Grin and bear it, that's what.
And do what we can. And Armin, still just accepting it, understanding it, processing it. This guy was just brought back. This guy was just brought back from death.
How do you?
He was explained about what the hell happened. And one thing that is interesting to me as I saw was that when Armin very nervously says "I'll try," and the fact that there's no confidence behind it really.
Yeah.
You just killed yourself for the cause. Be a bit more ecstatic, brother.
Yeah. Hanji kind of gives him a look. There's a look of very stern, very it's almost like a switch. I see these switches in Hanji a little bit.
I think she got BPD.
Hanji is one being, like you said, being very brutally honest with Armin, then being a little lighthearted, with the whole Sasha thing and stuff,
Maybe
then
she was okay, let's lighten the mood. But then also I have a job to do. It's also probably hard to go straight into commander role and be like, oh yeah, I need to do this. Okay, so let's go to the cellar. You have that key. Okay, and then you guys stay here. You guys do that. And she's probably wrestling with her own like she's probably thinking like, how could I ever? Because she does mention it a little bit, but we don't really see how that affects her.
Yeah.
But she's probably trying to shoulder on this burden of like, how do I be this symbol of hope that? Because after she was fighting for Irvin to come back, you could tell she's like, I'm not ready.
This look that she gives Armin, where he's like, I'll try. Literally, it's a look of like, it shouldn't be you.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't help but kind of have that mindset when I look back. And that look that Hanji gives Armin,
it's just doubt.
It's literally
it's
it's doubt. You know, where it's like, you better prove me wrong type thing. You know?
Yeah, like you better live up to.
Well,
like,
I'm sure with her, she's probably like Alexis said, like she's under a shit ton of pressure right now.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's thinking about how she's gonna transition.
You fuck up, I fuck up. Okay,
I know.
So don't fuck up.
I know, literally.
I'm sure that Hanji's aware that Armin is now an irreplaceable tool to her.
Yeah,
Whether he's courageous or not, due to what he is at his core being, he is now a tool for her. And she's like, oh, I need you to step the fuck up because you got some big parts to play with your ability.
Yeah.
Like,
especially Hanji being Hanji with her Titan knowledge. Be like, I'm gonna use you.
Yeah.
So
also think about the stress too. She's like, God damn, I can barely control this freaking numbnut Aaron.
Yeah.
Now I got another one.
I know. I know. Now we have another.
No confidence Titan here to go ahead and do it.
She's probably thinking about all the training she had to do with Aaron.
Oh my gosh, the training.
Yeah, and he's like, dang, I have to do this training with Armin too.
If I fuck up if this kid fucks up, we're all dead. Like if he transforms,
if he just like nukes
if
on
he has
accident.
A spoon moment.
No, not the spoon, not the spoon.
Yeah,
if
honestly,
he has a spoon moment, we're all dead.
Probably has a million things running through her head because she has all this weight.
Damn.
Blue is officially under your bed.
I've got this really aggressive Titan that has hardening sometimes. And I got a cowardly nuke.
Yeah, a cowardly nuke.
I've got the two complete opposites of ability and personality.
Exactly.
Let's just
we
switch
have a very apprehensive, peace-loving nuke.
Yeah, and then you have a very kind of like abrasive and
very abrasive, very
overconfident,
combative,
hyper-aggressive,
like armor.
Yeah,
protector.
Just like
takes it upon himself to go ahead and change the narrative.
Yeah.
At that point, he's just an angry ankle biter compared to all the other Titans.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, exactly. You can't fuck up with Armin because Armin, I mean, he'll kill people.
Yeah.
Armin's like, I have never
keep him away from spoons.
But yeah, so again, I mean, Armin's under tremendous pressure. Hanji's under tremendous pressure now. And the thing too is that I'm thinking about this aspect too. When they left to go travel back to Walmaria, they were left with applause. They were left with love from the citizens there, and they were cheering them on and stuff. And
what's Hanji gonna tell him when she gets back?
A lot of that hope really is because
I'm your new symbol.
Who's leading them? It's Irvin, right? So what happens when they come back with 9 people?
Yeah.
Right?
We got another Titan.
And then all of a sudden, there's no Irvin. Where's the commander at? Oh, this is our new commander. Hanji's the new commander?
Yeah.
Where's her eye?
Where's her eye?
What's going on here? Like,
okay, so only 9 of you came back. Cool. So you won. Technically, yeah. Okay, so we took down the beast.
Yeah, we killed the beast.
The colossal and the armored.
No, the beast is still alive.
No, the beast is still
Actually,
alive.
the armored, he's alive too.
He's alive too. Also, there's another one.
There's on 4 legs.
Another one.
But we brought back.
But we do have the colossal, and he's in this peace
and then
loving.
You look over in the freaking wagon. He's just like.
Yeah, he's just.
Y'all ever heard of a nuke?
Shaking. Like, oh yeah, he's the colossal though. Like this Dandelion's the colossal.
Dandelion. I can see
this daffodil.
Someone being like, "Where's her eye?" And Hanji being like, "Everyone's missing a fucking arm." So shut up.
Yeah.
At least I got 2 hands.
You're the one who does those crazy Titan experiments, right?
Yeah.
Hey, where's your?
I just got another giant toy to play with.
Where's your assistant?
Yeah. But now that she's missing an eye, I would like to touch on, because now we could start noticing it. That now, from now on, that she's missing an eye, Levi always makes sure to stand on the side that she's missing an eye to cover her.
So, everybody who's watching back with us and going over these episodes,
he found a ball.
Keep an eye.
That's why he went under there. He found a ball under your bed.
Blue.
Good find.
Beautiful. But yeah, so now again, there's a heavy burden for both.
He can't get out. He's too fat.
For both Armin.
But yeah.
For both, again, yeah, it's Armin and Hanji.
But yeah,
Levi
now we
even
could be
too.
on the
Levi
lookout
too,
for the
you
Levi
know?
stuff.
But yeah, there's the story. While the battle is over, war is still going to continue. And we will see that. Or we're in a different island. Or a different location.
A different area. Different location, yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any other thoughts that we'd like to go ahead and kind of cover? Anything else in terms of these characters?
I just wanted to talk about how out of pocket Hanji was.
Yeah. I mean,
how
Hanji,
I do not like her here, but I could understand the amount of stress that she's going through.
I think, too, it's like when you're fighting for somebody, right? Obviously, she was fighting for the commander. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you got this freaking, no confidence kid who's back. And just like, oh my God.
And he comes back, and one of the first things he says is, why did you choose me? Why didn't you choose the commander?
Yeah. And at that point, you're like, oh my God. And you're looking
I knew it.
Yeah.
You're
Can I
looking
get
at
a
Aaron
thank
and
you?
Mika stuff, which is why even in the episode,
Can I get a thanks for bringing me back?
like even as the episode goes and you're watching it, right, and anytime there's moments of like no confidence from Armin's like, wait, why did you bring me back? Aaron and Mika's are both kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah, we're like,
Kinda
oh crap, we fought for this guy. And
You couldn't have been a bit
He's
more
like,
happy
"Kill
to be
me."
alive.
Yeah, exactly. What were they hoping for? Armin to be like, look, thank you guys so much for bringing back.
I know what we need to do now.
I won't make it a mistake. I'll prove to you that I'm the right choice. No, he's like, wait, do I have to become the new Irvin?
Am I the commander?
No.
Trust me, no. But
I don't want to
a
be
little
commander.
foreshadowing there, though. Just saying.
It is. It is.
And again, we get some good character development there. It's short-lived, I will say, but
Yeah.
my guy, he assumes the role. All right.
He went out a hero and came back a coward.
Honestly,
That's not what we wanted.
not what we wanted at all.
Reverse.
Literally not at all.
Yeah, it's like the complete opposite of trajectory we're going for.
Yep. All right, guys. Good stuff. Good breakdowns. Good analysis. And
Great job.
and Armin.
Great job, guys. Good job.
Good
Good work, team.
Good job,
Another episode
narrator.
in the books.
Another episode.
Dandelions.
And then we're finally gonna make our way over to the basement,
Leprosy.
where
Finally.
more shit's gonna get brought up.
It's about damn time.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's all we got for you guys in this episode. Again, that wraps up Attack to Talk. This is season 3 of our episode breakdown discussions. That was episode 19 and part 1 of our breakdown. Remember, guys, new episodes will be streamed live on Twitch every Sundays as you guys join us live. And we hope that you guys do continue to join us live. And make sure you guys go ahead and follow us on the Instagram. Follow us at Attack to Talk Podcasts for all of your updates. And that's where you guys will get the Q&A questions that we ask you guys. We'll try to come up with a poll question for you guys. It's just kind of been hard to find some good poll questions.
Yeah.
Find some good stuff. Because even in this episode, like, we get, like, we're still kind of continuing and getting closure of what? Like, the decision. We don't want to keep asking you guys every single week, oh, do you want Armin?
What about, because that's a whole nother thing.
So we'll try to come up with something, and if we don't, maybe we'll hopefully come up with a good Q&A.
We're just going to do QA asking you for more QAs.
Yeah.
I know. We're like, what questions do you want us to ask?
Q&A. What question should we ask you guys?
I know.
Well, we could do a Q&A where they send us questions and we answer them.
That could be a good one,
That
too.
would be cool.
Yeah.
I won't be here next weekend.
Yeah, that's right. And Zach, do you want to explain why?
I'll be going to Japan. I leave.
Going to the land of Wano.
I will be in the land of Wano. AJ, I will see you in the land of Wano. I'm never coming back from Japan. I'm gonna forget my passport somewhere.
And it's Easter weekend.
Yeah, fuck that. We'll be having cherry
Zebra
blossom
Cakes
season.
is not jealous at all.
Yeah, totally not jealous.
You can be a little bit jealous. I'll get you some. Don't worry.
That's right.
a little
I
toy.
won't be here next weekend.
Yeah, so...
I won't be here the first weekend of
I
April.
won't be here that weekend either.
All right.
Oh, God. I will
might
be in
just be
Arizona.
me? It'll just be so...
But I think I
not this
come back
weekend,
Sunday.
The following weekend,
Yeah.
it'll just be me and Zebra Cakes.
Hey.
Hey.
We'll control
I wish I
the
could put
podcast.
you in my bag, Jacob. I wish I
Jacob
could.
says, take
No.
me. Honestly, I'm super jealous too. And
Yeah, we'll put
uh,
zebra cakes. I'll get Jeremiah on. We'll get the Asian freak on.
there you
I'll
go.
get
And-
I'll have Nico and Tess swing, but wait,
Yeah.
never mind.
No, they're going with
They're
you.
in Japan.
They're in Japan with you.
We'll find someone I'll find a white guy for you.
Yep.
There we go. I'll find another One Piece fanatic through my Reddit digs.
There we go. sweepstakes. I'm only choosing one of you fanatics here to go on.
I know.
To go to Land of Wine
I'm
with
choosing
me.
one of you, One
Gives
Piece
me the best
fans.
compliment. You guys get to come with me.
Because I literally know nothing about.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Now you get to.
Just
now
like,
you get to
but that's a
learn.
great perspective
Just
that
like
we
with
can
these
have,
characters, though, they're being thrown in the fire
Now-
here. So Zebra Cakes are
Yeah.
going to be thrown into the fire too.
Now we get your unbiased opinion.
Yes, exactly.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Like,
Pick
tell
number
me
3.
here, Zebra Cakes, what do you think of Aaron from what you understand? I'm gonna
He's
be
God.
making up plots. That's all right. We'll keep you in the basement.
You guys can just call me.
He sounds like a stand-up guy.
80%
I
of
think
humanity
Jacob
is
will
in the
tell you so.
wrong.
Jacob will tell you Aaron's a stand-up guy.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. Jacob would totally.
Yeah, guys. All right. So, in all seriousness, though, Zach, we of course want to wish you safe travels. We want to, of course, wish you all the
Thank you.
best
No
over
matter
in
how jealous we
Japan,
are.
and we're all very jealous, and we hope that you
Hope
have a
you
great
have
time. We hope that it is a
lots of fun.
life-changing experience. Bat says Aaron did nothing wrong.
Hi, Bat.
Hi,
And,
Bat.
shout out to Bat. And Japan's gonna be great, and you're gonna be there
Oh,
for what?
yeah.
2 weeks?
Just about. I think
About
it's
2
like
weeks?
12, 13 days. I leave the
Good.
28th and I come back on the 9th.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So
So I got a
That's good because going somewhere like Japan, you need to be there for a good.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
talked to somebody and they were like, my buddies went for 5 days. They said it wasn't enough. I was like, yeah, well, I got like 12, so.
Yeah.
I think that'll be perfect. And then
It's not just something you could do just on a weekend.
and then we'll
Yeah.
have a guide whenever
I know for whenever we go to Japan.
said-
Yep. And
live
I
stream
land-
in Japan.
honestly,
and
honestly,
Luca has been to Japan too.
I was thinking about live streaming off my phone in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we were just. All right, guys. What do we think of Aaron? TBH and rate out of 10. Like for a TBH and rate.
Love it. Bat says to buy some AOT stuff out there.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna see if I can get some of that wine on some real shit.
Also, Zach, don't do it. Don't do it.
Get you a gift?
Topic of like buying stuff.
Shut the fuck
Don't
up.
do it. Don't do it. All right.
He
I don't
doesn't
need anything.
No,
I got all I need right here.
This is for you,
Yeah.
Chad. This is for you, Chad. The funny part is,
AJ has
It's 200
enough.
out of 10.
what my good friend here doesn't fucking realize is that I don't give a fuck.
I
He's gonna get
know he doesn't give a
spoiled.
fuck.
AJ has
Because
enough.
he has been nothing but the kindest person to me, and he deserves the world and then some. So he's gonna get a couple of cute little gifts to show my gratitude and appreciation for this man.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Zach's gonna he's gonna buy a bunch of gifts. And we're just gonna go ahead and just send them out to you guys. No, I'm kidding.
We're gonna start doing a giveaway, guys.
Giveaway. There you go.
If you send this to 10 people, no, imagine.
And he's gonna be like, I want you guys to all drink the wine. Go ahead, just drink the wine.
On our next Sunday mass, I will be bringing wine
Have a
and
communion,
bread.
guys. Communion.
I know.
I know.
Bad Best says
I'll
early
be bringing the
Christmas.
body and the blood of Aaron
There
Yeager.
we go. To Zebra Cakes rate ranking out of 10 out of 10. Heisa says 200 out of 10.
Early Christmas. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
Zebra Cake says to bring back some Japan dirt in the
I'm
medicine
just
bottle.
gonna take Japan and move it over here.
Jacob says he would drink that wine for free. All good stuff. Yeah, I mean, Japan's gonna be a great trip, man.
I actually,
Can't wait.
funnily enough, as Zebra Cakes mentions that, I was actually thinking about taking a mason jar. And because we're gonna be there we land on the beginning of cherry blossom season, we leave on the last day. I was gonna take and just gather cherry blossoms while I was out there, put them in a mason jar, and then air seal that shit.
Yeah,
Have a little mason jar of cherry blossoms.
There you go. Do you want to address this last part here?
Yes, I do have more hair than last week. Thank you. Yes, I do.
Hair does have a tendency to grow.
It's true. Zach, your hair's growing. You're definitely not gonna go bald. Don't worry about it.
Fuck me, I know.
You see
Fingers
So I did.
crossed, fingers
Okay,
crossed.
bro. It's inevitable. Honestly, as we get older, we all go ahead and we all lose.
That's why we have transplants.
Yep. That's why there's surgeries now. You see all the top people getting it, getting their teeth done and stuff and all that. You know, everybody's just fake these days.
I would love hairline surgery.
You?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
No.
What?
There's a reason why I have bangs.
I'm losing my hair.
I just want to fix how round the hairline
Off
is.
to all of you.
But if I had a small forehead,
What do you think?
the rest of my face would look weird. Because it's a balance, guys. I know you guys are out there thinking, dang, my nose is big or my chin is or whatever.
Technically,
if
Coded.
or hey, this is
I'm a
too
3
small.
head. I guess I'm a 4-head.
Oh, I'm a 4.
But I'm a 6.
Lexi's like, I could put 2.
I know. I'm like, this my hair's fake.
Technically, I'm a 3.
It is
Yeah.
pretty.
That means I'm
I
a smooth
am-
brain. I don't want to be smooth brain.
I'm a
I want
5
to be.
head.
I want to have a ridge brain.
You're 5?
I'm a full 5.
Damn.
Just
That's a-
just at the peak right here though.
That's a your hand. That's a
what I
your
want.
hand 5 though.
Do.
Because I would just want to get rid of this top like inch. That's it. Just
All right, so keep an eye
That's
out
fine.
in the link tree for Lexi's GoFundMe as she
yeah, my
tries to get
GoFundMe
the.
is gonna be for hairline surgery, please.
I'm gonna start one too. Fuck it. I might as well.
We're gonna start our link.
Might
tree.
as well
We
get
would love to
started.
keep some
Approach
hair.
to it.
Please.
Might
You know
as well
what?
get started early on it.
We're getting close up of your hair right now when you like lean forward too.
I know. We got a good
That's
close
right.
up.
Oh, it was a full head of hair.
Yeah,
enjoy
there's
it
a
while you
full
got
head. Full beautiful head of hair. Yeah, right there.
Boom.
There it is.
Full
Look at how
beautiful.
thick it is. Look at how coarse
Zebra
it is.
Cake says GoFundMe for Attack Talkcast.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. Jacob,
Yeah,
Aaron is a
he's
great man.
still-
Zebra Cakes.
You're gonna love him. As long as you're not part of that 80% of humanity he doesn't like.
Yep. Good stuff there. Aaron has his moments for sure. But Aaron's got some punishments that he's got to go ahead and deal with. One by the hands of Hanji, the new commander,
Yeah.
and more punishments by the literal hand of the Queen Historia.
And Levi.
That is the ultimate punishment. Where all of a sudden he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like what
Yeah.
just happened right now? He literally is like, Jesus.
Poor boy. Poor boy is gonna see God.
He was just trying
and
to be
realize that
courteous.
he's looking in a mirror.
He was just trying to kiss the hand of the Queen, and then
his brain explodes.
his brain explodes, and he realizes, I need to impregnate this.
I need
Queen.
to. Yeah.
Zirige said, "Yeah, Aaron's great. I've never watched the show." True. I don't know who let you out of the basement, but
I don't know who let you. Yeah.
That's
to-
crazy.
we'll have to
That's
get you back in there.
crazy.
damn right, he's the best.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron's cool. Well, this
Just
is
know that Aaron plays. Think about any role that there is in a basic story. You know, protagonist,
Still down here with one
antagonist, vigilante, all that. Just think about every characteristic there is in a basic plot. Aaron is all of them.
think about the Green
So-
Goblin's words.
What does Willem say?
Remember, he says, "You either die a hero,
Or live long enough.
or you live
to
long enough to see
become the
yourself
villain.
become the villain."
Just to match the song, Aaron is super. Aaron is
super.
Super. Super.
Not super. It's super.
Super.
Oh, needs more bass to it. What do you think?
I need to
Ryan?
pee.
Super.
So I think we should close.
All right, we'll go and we'll close, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Because we're starting to lose more and more brain cells by the
Yep,
minute.
we love it.
And I don't have that many left to lose, guys. I'm gonna be real.
I think my last two are Sid the Sloth and
I've bumped my head one too many times.
True. All right, guys. Anybody looking for some merch? Check out Fandomion over in the link tree. Use that promo code LEX if you guys are looking at buying some stuff. Shout out to all of you awesome friends out there, all of our amazing friends, our loyal friends, and we love you guys
her
so
name.
much. Thank you so much for the support. You
LEX.
guys are all so
It's her
fucking talented.
name.
Thank you,
And
Isaac.
continue doing your thing. And
What he
pursue your
said.
dreams. Be good people in this world. You know, hey, that's how it is. Where'd my...
That one right there. That one right there.
There's my cursor. All right. What else we got? Just kind of in closing.
Speak to them.
I think that's it, guys.
Speak to them, Blue.
Yeah. So, again, just you guys are all awesome. We love you guys so much. Check out again. Look out for the Q&As and the poll questions over on Instagram. And we will be here. Me and Lexi will be here next week. And Zach, have a
you
great
you
call.
will be here next week?
Huh?
You will be here next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be here.
You guys can give me a call.
Yeah. Zach, go ahead and have a
say
safe
hi.
trip. You know, safe travels, of course.
I don't know what time it'll be there when it's this time now, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man, and we can't wait for you to come back and tell us
Spoil
all of
you with
your
gifts. Spoil
awesome
with gifts.
adventures, your little side quests and stuff.
And spoil with gifts.
We know Zach's love side quests, right?
Yeah.
and spoil with gifts.
And Zach's gonna spoil you all with gifts.
Yes.
So
Karabika is drowning in a sea of loneliness.
all right, guys, that's all I got for you guys. This is your host AJ saying that I love you guys so much. Spread the love and positivity. We we love. I love you guys, and I will be here with you guys next week. And enjoy the rest of the week. Goodbye, AOT fam. That's all I got for you. Lexi, go ahead and say your close.
What's inspirational? Be like the ending of Attack on Titan when Armin and Zeke are in the paths, and enjoy life for all the little things. Enjoy life for what it is, and just know that you're always in the good old times.
Interesting.
That was
just depends
beautiful.
on how you look
That
at
was so moving. Funny enough, to play off Lexi's, because I've been watching Love is Blind. Love is Blind and talk is cheap, baby. Live in the moment and enjoy it, and communicate. Just communicate. Easter's coming up. I will not be here next week, so please drive safe next weekend for Easter, you guys.
Yeah. Have a
Please
safe
drive
and happy
safe. Just
Easter,
because it's a holiday,
guys.
you never know. Have a good time with your family. I hope you find all of those nasty hard-boiled eggs that you guys are going to hide from the little ones so they don't stink up your house.
Very good.
Yeah.
No problem.